Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are well, wherever it is that you may be around the world. And before we move forward, let's cue that intro. Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are well, wherever it is that you may be around the world. I need to check something before we move forward, because this is what I hate about StreamYard. 2 seconds. Let me have a look. Check something. I am live, aren't I? I am live. Why are they saying that I'm running out of... Anyway, we move forward. Yeah, guys, how are we doing? Big up to everyone in the chat right now. Please smash the like button as always for GNA TV. Subscribe to the channel. Big game today. Massive game today between Juventus versus Chelsea. A lot of Chelsea fans across the socials are looking forward to this one. Excited for this one, even with all the injuries and all of the issues that are currently with both squads, not just Chelsea, with both squads. What we're going to do today, we're going to review the team news, go through some Opta stats as well between Juventus and Chelsea, and then I'm going to give you guys my preferred 11. Line gets opened up. You come in and have your say. We talk about how we'd like to set up. We talk about how we beat them, where possibly Juventus could potentially hurt Chelsea. We know that they're not on the greatest form at the moment. However, they could be sleeping giants. I don't think they're a burning giant in many ways. It could be more of a sleeping giant waiting to just erupt. And do you know what I mean? You have to be careful with a team like Juventus. Yes, they've lost the Ronaldo factor. However, they're still a good team with a very good manager. But before we move forward, guys, there's nearly 15 of you here already. Smash the like button, please. Smash that like button. Let's try and get to 40 likes as quickly as possible for the channel. I will be bringing up your comments in the chat as we go through as well. The link will be in the chat for you guys soon to get involved with the channel. Let's see who's in the chat already. Mustafa saying, Juventus are finished. Chelsea should easily win, is how he feels about that one. Tiny is in the 11. Yeah, and he maybe not. This is why we're going to discuss it. There's many different options as to how we can play this as well. Abdul says, big up, Jem. Big up to Abdul as well. I hope you're well, my guy. Declared. Doesn't matter what time of day it is. Declared is about, man. He is always about. Couch says, massive game. It is. It's a game that could in many ways determine who finishes top of their group. I know we've still got to play them at home, but if Chelsea go and beat them at their ground today, that really does set a big sign. Blues Cloud TV says, what's up, Jim, and everyone in the chat. Big up to you, my guy. I hope you're well. Should be a walk. Juve have key players out, and Chelsea are the best team in Europe. Indiana just being a trial as always. Big up to Mo at the Blue Lounge as well. I hope you're well, my guy. Big up to you. Leslie says, big up to everyone. Big match today. Chelsea 3-1. Now, we will get into score predictions later. I want to know your score predictions, preferably. Big ups. Times to continue our European dominance tonight and send a message to the rest. We are the champions of Europe. We are defending our title. We are defending our title, guys, going into this, And it is hard to win it back-to-back. Let's be serious. It is hard to win it back-to-back. Even the best of teams, when you think about the Barcelonas, all right, the Real Madrid have done it back-to-back. We know about that. But, Bayern Munich's, it is very hard to go and win Champions Leagues back-to-back. It really is. Love from India. Big up to Sam. Afternoon to Simon as well. Hope you're well. Guide about Kante, Mount and James being out. Yeah, they're all big players for us. Big players. There's no excuses, mate. There is no excuses. But at the end of the day, you still forget how talented this Juventus team is, Indiana. They're at home. They've got a very good defence. All right, Moise Keane might be leading line rather than Alvaro Morata. Chiesa will feature tonight. We'll talk about it. We'll get into it. We will definitely be getting into it. Big up to Football Style as well. I'm going 2-1 Chelsea. Big up, Jim. We need to bounce back tonight. We do. We need a big performance tonight, especially after a loss to City. See, City got stuffed by PSG last night. We love to see it. We love to see it, guys. Them getting stuffed. Literally getting stuffed. Good afternoon, everyone. Simon says he's new here, but here to stay. Big up to you, mate. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel. Please do that. Subscribe, like. We are 15 away from 2.8k. We could do that on this stream today. We are going to do that on this stream today. We can do that. Come on, guys. Smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification as well. And 3k is on. We're on the road to it. Once we get to 2.8, we're 200 away from it. So let's try and push it. 24 of yous here. Let's try and get to that 40 like mark. Juve, our dog. Chelsea should breeze through. Here we go. Here comes all the excuses from the Liverpool fans, the Man United fans, trying to put the pressure on our football club. You know what I mean? Like, you got people like Man United that can't even beat young boys. Liverpool are on fire at the moment. You know, they're back. It's clear to say they're back. I know how good Juve are, but should be no excuses based your fan base opinions of Chelsea. What does that mean, Indiana? What are you trying to say, man? Clean sheets and a 2-0 win would help our confidence a lot. I hear that. I agree. Who's going on Saturday? Unfortunately, I am not going Saturday. Unfortunately, it's my birthday weekend, actually. It's my birthday actually on Monday, but it's my birthday weekend, so I'm out Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, actually. So yeah, it's a weekend with the loved ones, as we say. Big up from Senegal, Musa. Hope you're well, my guy. Big up to you. Only 12 likes and 24 people. That's not good enough. Come on, smash the like button. Yes, Rams, but it's very early in. How many games they played? 6? Relax yourself, man. Relax yourself. Relax yourself. Man United have a bigger game. As for Ollie, it's a must win. If it's not, it will be chaos. Yeah, big up to him as well. He has to win. Man United have to win tonight. No excuses. No excuse with the squad that they've got. No more deceiving and trying to hide like they always do. Blues Klaus TV with a donation. Big up to you, my guys. It's a big game for our Blues fans today. Let's support our Chelsea content creators. Like the video. Thank you, my guy. I massively appreciate your support. Happy 21st, Jem. Hope you got. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, 21. You know, big. You know, big day for me. I was 21 10 years ago, mate. I was literally 21 10 years ago. That's bad, isn't it? Yeah, we need to push that up. But anyway, let's move on. Let's get into it because I do want to start on team news. Team news involving Chelsea, Opta stats involving Juventus and Chelsea. Starting with Juventus. As Juventus have Alvaro Morata out against Chelsea, so the reunion, the whole thing of him to maybe throwing a bit of a dent into us is not going to happen, unfortunately, not this time round. But to be honest, that might be a blessing to Juventus that he actually ain't playing because now they have to revert to probably a Moise Kean. The bigger loss is this guy. Their teammate Paulo Dybala will not return for injury until after the October international break. So he is out. Dybala is out for Juventus. Morata is out for Juventus. You know, that is where they are at the moment. Not good enough. Not good enough for them. Dybala scored the opening goal in a 3-2 win. Yet we know all about that. We know all about that. N'Golo Kante will miss for Chelsea. From the Chelsea perspective, N'Golo Kante will miss. Obviously, he has got COVID, so he is at the moment self-isolating, which means we have lost him again. We've lost N'Golo Kante again in the midfield, which is a headache. Always seems to be the case. Mason Mount's out with a knock as well. Still hasn't recovered from that knock that he had. Christian Pulisic, who we were told was only going to be injured for at least 10 to 12 days after Tuchel said he'd be back. Now it's been like nearly 3 weeks and we've still not heard anything on him. He's still out with an ankle injury as well. Reece James is out with an ankle injury and he's also sidelined. Again, been told that he will potentially be back maybe for the Southampton game over the weekend, but unfortunately couldn't make it back in time for this game. So Chelsea are missing Mount, Kante, Pulisic and Reece James. Viewers, how much do you think that will affect our lineup tonight and our performance tonight? We're going to do a combined 11. We will get into that straight after. I mean, combined 11. Sorry, not combined 11. A Chelsea 11, which we will go through together. In terms of Opta stats, it's always good. I like reading Opta stats. Anything to do with Juventus and Chelsea. This will be the 5th meeting between Juventus and Chelsea in Champions League. with both teams recording 1 win each in their previous 4. So 2 draws. So 1 win each, 2 draws. Juventus won their most recent meeting with us, beating us 3-0 at home in the group stage in 12-13. Juventus have won 11 of their last 12 Champions League group stage matches. So they're good in the Champions League by the looks of it. Losing their other 2-0 against Barcelona in October. They've kept 7 clean sheets, and their last 3 have all ended 3-0. Dinamo Kiev, Barcelona, and Malmo. Since the start of the last season, Chelsea have only conceded 4 goals in 14 Champions League matches. So they've won 10, drawn 3, and only lost 1, keeping 10 clean sheets. 10 clean sheets, and never conceded more than once in a game. All 10 clean sheets have been kept by goalkeeper and world-class goalkeeper Edouard Mendy in 13 appearances. The second quickest a goalkeeper has ever reached. Did you hear that? The second quickest a goalkeeper has ever reached 10 clean sheets behind Keylor Navas, who was on 11 games. There you go, guys. Big stats. Big stats. Chelsea have only lost 3 of their last 32 Champions League group stages matches. They've won 20, drawn 9, losing none of their last 12 at the group stage. 1-8, drawn 4. So Thomas Tuchel has a 60. Thomas Tuchel, this is a stat on the manager. Thomas Tuchel has a 68% win ratio in the group stage. He's played 25 group stage games, won 17, drawn 5, and only lost 3. That is pretty impressive. I'm not going to lie. That is pretty impressive. The third highest of managers to manage 20-plus games in the group stage was behind Josef Heinz and Pep Guardiola at 71%. Chelsea have lost each of their last 4 away games against Italian opposition. So best bear that in mind in the Champions League with each defeat. I remember the Napoli one back in 9-10, obviously Juventus 12-13, and Roma in 17-18 were the games. So we haven't got the greatest of records in Italy. We struggle to win games in Italy, is what we're being told here. Again, this is why I love Optastats. Things that you wouldn't have thought of brought to our attentions before the game and before the build of it. Chesney has kept a clean sheet in both of his home matches against Chelsea in all competitions, both with Arsenal in 12-13. Though in his other 4 games against the Blues, he conceded 13 goals. Chesney's conceded 13 goals but against Chelsea. Romelu Lukaku scored in his UEFA Champions League debut for Chelsea, having also done for Man United, becoming one of the only second player to score in his first appearance in the competition for 2 English clubs. Mario Balotelli was the other, who done it for Man City and Liverpool as well. There's only 2 players to score in the first 2 Champions League games for Chelsea: Didier Drogba and Michy Batshuayi. There we go, guys. There we go. A bit of Optastats for you before the game. Stuff that we would like to potentially... Why am I hiding comments? What's going on here? What is going on here? 46 people here right now. Smash the like button, guys. It's only 13 minutes in. Let's try and get some 40 likes. The link will be open for you guys to get involved. We're going to do a Chelsea 11 very soon, but I want to go through your chats before I do so. Big up to Couch. It's his birthday tomorrow. Big up the Libras, my guy. Big up the Libras. I hope you are going to have a great weekend. Thank you, bro. It's not yet, but yeah, 4th of October is my birthday. Blue Lounge Mo, he's Libra as well. Big up to him. Big up to him. Big up to VJ in the chat as well. Big up to him. Big up to Winter Surfer. Get with Pulisic injury. They made a mistake. Trying meant 10 to 12 working days. They weren't counting weekdays. Yeah, literally. They're talking about business days, not working days, business days. Mad, isn't it? It's mad. With Pulisic, they meant 10. Yeah, you told me. Yeah. Juventus have shipped 4 in the last 2 matches, is what Mo is saying. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah, we are winning, but comfortably. I'm saying 1-0 is what ZVO is saying. Hopefully a win for your birthday, Dennis. Yeah, I agree. Hopefully we get the win for you, Dennis, as well. I do hear you. Let's do a quick combined. Why do I keep saying combined? Why do I keep saying combined? Chelsea 11. I'm tired, man. I've been to the gym. I'm actually tired, guys. Gym has killed me today. Whew. Let me take a breath. 50 viewers. Let's get to 50 likes. So, based on what we know in terms of who's injured, who's out, who's not involved, I'm going to give you my preferred 11. Give me your 1 to 11 as well as we go along. Obviously, Mendy has to start. I'm not even going to talk about it. Mendy has to be in goal for me. Some people think we might go back to the 3-5-2. I think we'll do the 3-4-3. Yeah. Actually, do you know what? Do you know what I'm going to do? Actually, I'll do it after. Wait. Just want to go through these chats. If we can't win today, we can't be beaten either in Thomas Tuchel. We trust. Big up to you, my guy. In terms of right centre back, I'm going for Christensen. I do think Christensen. Some people were saying Chalobah might come in, etc. And I think Christensen will start. I think we'll go with the strongest back three that we can possibly go with in this game. Thiago Silva, even though he was carrying an injury before the game against Man City, had to come on, unfortunately, because Reece James picking up his injury as well. I think he'll start in the middle with Christensen to the right. And I think Rudiger, whose contract is still up in the air, will be there. So that is my preferred back four. Be interested to know what you guys think in the chat as well. Mason Mount is overrated. Here we go. Look. Here we go. Mendy deserves a 90 card is what Ultra is saying. Yeah, there you go, guys. There's my back three. So let's know what your, like I said, what your 11 is very soon as well. In terms of the midfield, I am going for, I do think Aspie's going to play. As much as I don't like him playing there, I think he's going to do that. And on this side, we have to, after that absolute stinker from Alonso against Man City, this is the time for Chilwell to capitalise. Like he did last season, this is the opportunity for him to get in the team, to get in this squad. This is his moment. And if he don't, and Alonso starts, then there's going to start being question marks for me. If he doesn't get in, there's going to be some big question marks. Gosh, Johnny is going to get fuming. Why is he going to get fuming? Because no Mason Mount. I'd rather Cho right wing back. I don't think away to Juventus we're going to do that. I'd like to see that. I think he's going to go more defensive, if that makes sense. I think he's going to go more defensive. Over 60 people here right now. Smash the like button, guys. Smash it. What are we on? And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, because we are, like I said, 15 away from 2.8k subscribers. We can easily do that. We're only on 28 likes. 28 likes. Come on, guys. Subscribe and smash the like button. Please do that. In the midfield, we know that N'Golo Kante is not available. You've got the opportunity of Saul Niguez, Kovacic and Jorginho, Ruben Loftus-Cheek getting in this game. If Jorginho, who again was carrying a slight injury, is fit, I do see him starting this game. Next to him is down for opinion. Some people think Saul Niguez may come in next to him. Obviously, Kovacic playing against Man City, maybe he can come on in the second half. Or we go like this. Kovacic and Jorginho. And in the second half, you can take Jorginho out and throw in Ruben himself. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I think we could do that. Not to start like this, but I think that's something we can do in the second half. Throw Ruben Loftus-Cheek into the game. In terms of going forward, I think you will see Romelu Lukaku leading the line for Chelsea. I think you're going to see Kai Havertz, Romelu Lukaku, and then it's down to whatever. I wouldn't surprise me if Ziyech played. It really wouldn't, even though he's in absolute stinkers. It wouldn't surprise me if Werner played, even though I don't think he will start because he played on the back of 2 games already. So I don't know if Werner will start this game. We haven't got many options unless you put Ruben there. But I don't think he's going to do that because I think he wants Ruben to play as a 6. So I've got a feeling that it's going to be this guy. And as much as I don't want him on the pitch, I've got a feeling he's going to do this. He's going to want to play him into form. he's going to want to play him into form. As much as I would prefer Werner, I just don't know whether we'd start with Werner. It might be one of the things where we go into the second half and we throw Werner on, when when they're tired later in the game, which they will be. They're going to be leggy. They've got slow defenders at the back. Timo Werner comes on and makes an impact. That could happen. But at the same time, Timo Werner could start. So it's a bit up in the air for me. What are people saying in the chat? But there's what I think he's going to do. And like I said, in terms of people carrying injuries like Jorginho, you can bring Ruben in. He can come on for Jorginho. If we're winning 1-0, 2-0, whatever, come in. Ruben can play. Timo Werner, again, second half, he can come in. Second half for Ziyech, for Havertz, whoever he wants to blimmin' take off at the time. So, some people saying Werner and Ziyech both to start. So some people think Kai Havertz won't. I think Kai Havertz will start. He didn't play a full 90 against Man City. And I just really see him playing him. Set pieces is why Couch thinks Ziyech will start, and that makes sense to me. That really, really does. That does. What's other people saying in the chat? Nick Blue says Mendy, Aspie, Rudiger, Silva, Alonso, Cho, Cover. So he's going for a 3-4-3 with Cho and Alonso as his wing backs. And then he's gone for Jorginho, Cover, Havertz, Lukaku, Werner. I don't know if he's going to do Havertz, Lukaku, Werner. I want to see Havertz, Lukaku, Werner. Don't get me wrong. This is not what I want. What you're looking at right now is not what Jem wants. This is what I think this is what I think Tuchel's going to do. This is what I think Tuchel is going to do. As much as I'd like to see us play Cho, Chilwell, Kovacic, Jorginho, and have Werner, Lukaku, and Havertz up front, I just don't see it happening. Listen, guys, over 75 of you here right now. Smash that like button. 50 likes is the aim. The link is going to be in the chat very soon for you guys to get in and have your say. We're 22 minutes in, so I will drop that link. Keep it open to you guys earlier, like I promised, as always. So let's get that link in the chat for you guys. And let's talk about this game. Anything you want to talk into, who you think's preferred to start, the link is there, guys. I don't like this lineup, but I see it. This is what I'm saying, C1. It's not my preferred lineup. I'd change Aspie for maybe a Cho. I'd throw Werner up front. And that's pretty much it. I still think Christensen, Silva, and Rudiger is our best three at the back at the moment in terms of who we're up against and stuff. So the link's there, guys. If you want to come in and have your say, get involved in the chat. I feel Werner performed better in City game than Havertz did in that game. Yeah, and I get that. But at the same time, Werner played 90 minutes against Villa. He played 90 minutes against City. And now we're going to see. And this is why I'm saying I don't see him giving him the opportunity to start 3 times in a row. He might do. I might be wrong. You might see Werner, Havertz, Lukaku. That could happen. I just don't know whether it's going to happen. That's the thing, We'll have to see. Not a game related, but any news on Rudy? No, we spoke about Rudiger's contract the other day. Not much has changed in terms of where we're at with it. Some people think he's gone. Some people think Chelsea need to start looking for defenders. Some people think that maybe that Chelsea and Rudy can come to an agreement of some kinds, even if it's not as much as what PSG or Madrid or Bayern Munich are offering him. I mean, we'll have to see what happens. It's going to be interesting in terms of what happens with Rudy. But I'd like to hear sooner rather than later, massively. So let's get some people in. Over 70 people here. We've got Ram, we've got Abs, we've got Kaz, we got Declared. What are we saying, guys? How are we doing?
Easy win for Chelsea tonight.
Jim,
calm. How we doing, mate? All right?
Hey, don't worry about the game. Let's just talk about your birthday, Jim. Might as well. We'll get more important things.
Yeah, no, my birthday's Monday. I'll probably stream anyway, so don't worry. Not actually, I probably won't stream Monday. Probably stream Tuesday. Birthday
watch along? Is that what you mean?
Birthday watch. As you get older, you seem to forget your birthdays. You know what I mean? So I'm not really too much interested in. But Ziyech has been stinking the joint. Aspie ain't a great wing back, but I understand we need to defend Chiesa on the left. I think Cover might need a rest. That's how I would start Ruben, to be honest. He's earned it.
You guys can handle Fede. You can handle him. Just put 2 men on.
Well, look, I do think it's important that Chilwell plays tonight and not Alonso against Chiesa because I don't want to see that. That doesn't start well for me or bode well for me. In terms of Aspie, could we be a bit more offensive and play Cho? I think we probably could. Do I think he's going to do that? No, I think he'll set up to be defensive in many ways. In terms of the front three, I don't want Hakim Ziyech to start, but I've got a feeling he will play Hakim Ziyech.
I think he's going to start tonight, Jim.
Yeah. Huh?
I think I've got a feeling he's going to start tonight.
Who, Ziyech?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do I. I don't want him to, but I think he will. And we've got to try and play him into form. But what would you do differently in terms of this lineup? Looking at it, is there anything you would do, or you think Tuchel will do differently?
I think Alonso will start.
No, Alonso's not starting.
I don't think Alonso will start. No.
Listen, this is how I think it's going to go. I think he's going to start a very similar and a strong team, and with 5 subs. If the game goes our way, he's quickly going to just start taking off. So Chilwell will get some game time. I don't think Ziyech will start, but Ziyech will get some game time. Saul will get some game time. Loftus-Cheek will get some game time, and maybe Chalobah, whoever needs to. If it goes our way, he's going to make use of those 5 subs quick and take people off. That's what I think he's going to do, rather than start the game like that.
Yeah, I hear that. I agree. I think Jorginho, if he is carrying an injury, if he can play, will play. If we can get the job done sooner rather than later, then you can make them subs in the second half. It makes a lot of sense for me, to be honest. But Ruben, I'd like to see Ruben feature. I really would like to see Ruben feature in the game. Whether or not he'll feature, we'll have to see what happens.
No, but hear this, Jim. The reason why I played Cho and that goes back to when we played Atletico. Simeone and Allegri play a very similar style of football. So when we beat Atletico, we started out. I think we started to go that game. We basically dominated possession. We created the bad chances and ultimately took a moment of individual brilliance. Now, for me, if we start Cho, I think we'll have a bad chance of winning because I don't think that Aspie against Chiesa is going to be that much of a problem because we've got the 3 centre backs to clean up as well. So yeah, I'd start Cho for this.
Fair enough. Does everyone agree with what Abs is saying? Do you think Cho start?
Yeah, I said that last night on Blue Lounge's channel. I think Callum Hudson-Odoi will start for the base. No, because the back 4 is very slow.
So what I was trying to fine. The thing is, Chiesa might be playing at right wing, right? They played with the 4-4-2 last game against Sampdoria, a flat 4-4-2, and he played at the right wing, which means it would be probably the job of Alonso or Chilwell, whoever plays there, and Rudiger to cover them. Aspie is probably going to be like our player going forward and provide that service to Lukaku on the other hand. So that's probably how we're going to work. Like probably take the shape, the left side towards the defensive end, and then the right side we attack through the right.
VJ, that they have it in them to match us. There's a lot of players that know this formation.
We do this. We have Christensen in the middle, Aspie, Rudiger at the back, and Callum Hudson-Odoi playing.
Honestly, I don't see Cho playing this game.
I think Silva, not Christensen. Silva playing this game. He's been on form and he's the most experienced player.
Yep. He's also carrying an injury as well, apparently. Yeah, he wasn't meant to play against Man City. He had a bit of an injury coming into the game. He was holding his calf. So I know Tuchel's not said he's not injured, but I don't know. We'll have to see what happens.
What do you think about this, guys? Aspie playing in the right wing back and Chalobah playing in the right centre back. Is it too soon for Chalobah to feature in a Champions League game?
I don't think so. You could do that. I mean, Trevor.
What, Trevor Chalobah?
Yeah.
Nah, it's too soon. He's still young. I think it's too soon to bring him in, especially with Juventus.
No, I don't think so.
Well, as a neutral, one second, guys. As a neutral in this, obviously, I don't know how much of Juventus you've watched, but where can they hurt Chelsea if there is any?
Chiesa, that's it.
He didn't start very well. He didn't start the league very well.
They're ninth.
And he never played 90 minutes.
But the thing is, Chiesa steps up in the big games, isn't it? Whenever he's called upon, he steps up.
That's true. And Juventus have got a good record in Champions League for some weird reason. Group stages, that they don't lose many games and they tend to do quite well. So you might see a completely different Juventus. We don't know. We have to see.
And another thing is that Juventus are pretty difficult when it comes to set pieces because of Bonucci and
set
Delict
pieces,
as well.
yeah.
We'll have to be careful in that as well.
Yeah, because Bonucci and what's his name?
Delict.
Now it's another old guy as well. That 39 years old.
Chiellini.
Yeah,
Chiellini.
Chiellini. Yeah, he's got the
I don't
name,
think he'll play. I don't think he'll play.
Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. Or maybe they're trying to do the same thing, like how we conserve Silva for bigger games. Maybe Chiellini could feature on not just bigger games or something. He did not obviously play against Sampdoria, but yeah, there's a good possibility he might feature.
Do you think Callum Hudson-Odoi started in the front three on the left-hand side?
No.
He wouldn't do
Get
it.
that.
As much as we want to, I don't think so. Tuchel is
The game's too big for that, man, right now.
Hudson-Odoi has to play wing back.
I don't think Chalobah plays, to be honest. I know he's sitting there at the moment, but I think it will probably be Christensen. I just got to think Christensen will play there and Silva will probably play tonight. But
yeah, same.
No, but then the whole set piece thing, that wouldn't it be smart to start Alonso? Because Alonso, to be fair, although he's not great one-on-one defending, in terms of defending set pieces, he's actually quite.
He will get caught.
You really want to see Chiesa versus Alonso, guys?
Yeah, I do. I really want to see that. I really want to see that.
I bet you do.
That would be that would not be fun to watch.
That'd be entertaining, bro. That would be so entertaining.
So this is the thing, right? When we see our Premier League games in the past, for this season at least, Tuchel has not really gone with that one-on-one sort of a thing in his mind. Like, will Alonso be able to take on Zaha? Just giving you an example there, right? He's not really gone on with that. Like, will that right winger be too soon for Alonso to catch up to? That's not how he started this game until now, this season. So that's probably the reason why I think probably Alonso could play this game.
Yeah, tell Chiesa.
I will not be surprised if I saw Joel start.
I think he starts, guarantee.
Chill.
Guarantee.
Yeah.
There's nothing guaranteed with Tuchel, mate. You know.
Yeah, trust me.
I think he starts because he's got the attacking threat as well.
Wait, why is Werner not? Why does no one think Werner has a chance of starting? He did all right on Saturday, you know.
I do.
I don't think so.
Like, I think Werner could start, bro. He wasn't shit on Saturday.
Well, that's why I'm saying that the front three, one of them, Cho or Werner, one of them's got to be fast because the back four is very slow.
I would take off Ziyech and.
But does Werner start? I don't think Werner starts though, guys. I don't think.
But Jem,
Yeah.
Havertz or Ziyech, they're not. Remember, Tuchel said they lack confidence. So why would he just throw them in this game, bro?
Yeah, well, but he might want to play him into. I don't know, but then he might want to play him into form. You know, I get that. But then, out of all of the guys behind Lukaku, who's actually taking their chances at the moment? Like, I don't think any of them have. Really.
What about Loftus-Cheek?
Based on form, I'll play Werner, man.
I'll play Werner.
Yeah. You know, to be honest, I mean, seeing the Italian league for quite some time now, the way that I think about it is like Italian defenders are quite strong physically, but then they're slow in terms of movement. So Werner could really hurt them if he wants to.
He can see a penalty as well because he's quick. He'd be too quick for them.
Yeah.
This might be a good game for Ziyech. Like Ziyech might actually, if he played, he might actually pop off today because this will suit him, innit?
So yeah, the European football we saw him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
Maybe
surprised
Saul
if I
might
see.
sneak in, bro.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Saul might even sneak in, bro. You never know, man. You might
Saul
play him,
Niguez
bro.
and who? Jorginho, maybe. Are we looking for Jorginho? Saul Niguez?
Because Jorginho's tired, man. Jorginho's very tired.
Doesn't Ruben Loftus-Cheek have more chance than Sal playing in that position, guys? Like,
Yeah, of course. Sal's dead.
But then you gotta look at Jem. You gotta look at experience. Like Ruben Loftus-Cheek's never played as a number 6 in Europe, bro.
Champions League.
So them ones there, innit? And we want to win today, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? Or get a draw at least. Or play
At least a draw, yeah.
At least a draw against Juventus is not bad away from home. And when they come over to Stamford Bridge, we beat them, innit? Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, it's an important game. As long as we don't lose tonight, I wouldn't even care if we drew, to be honest.
Yeah, trust me.
Draw is a good result.
Draw is a very good result because they picked up form, you know. They've won their last, I think, 2 games.
They conceded
3-2,
Yeah, they concede a lot. They do concede a lot.
Ram's here to play it down, though, as a Liverpool fan. But yeah, go on, mate.
What do you mean play it down? You're gonna breeze past it. I'm sorry.
Exactly, playing it down. Forgetting the beast that is called Juventus, the manager of Allegri, You know,
you gotta respect them, man. You gotta respect them.
You know, their defense of what Bonucci, Chiellini, like these guys are not. Like, they could do us on the corner. They could.
Yeah, set pieces. Yeah.
Why should I respect the team that is 9th in the league and is Serie A as well? A team
They're
and a
6
team that
games
they
in,
should be
Ram.
dominating.
They're 6 games in. They could change
I
that.
don't care. I don't care.
Man City won the league last season and they were mid-table.
Yeah, but the Premier League, bro. This is Serie A. This is their league.
Come on.
Yeah, man. You gotta respect Juventus, man.
Hey, Jim, I do agree to a certain extent. I watched them 2 times. They are very bored, though. But in the Champions League is a different kettle of fish, isn't it?
Exactly.
And any team who's just lost Ronaldo is probably going to go through that transition phase at least for a 2-month to 3-month period, and then before they becomes a settled team. So no surprise there.
So it could be a good time to play them. Really, it's a good time to play.
Literally,
No, but
they will. We will score today. We will score 100%.
You will score. It will be 3-0. 3-0.
3-0.
4-0.
When do we ever score?
About 3-0 then.
We do
3-0 against Juventus away from home.
Guys,
you know what? If I'm going to be seeing a 3-0,
their defense is too old.
Did you not listen to my Opta stats earlier? We haven't won it in Italy for the last 3 times.
Yeah, but history is there to be broken.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm not saying that we're not going to win, but I'm just saying we're making it sound like we're going to breeze it in the park.
Nah, I don't know about 3-0.
No, it's gonna be
if we
close,
do win, it'll be like a 2-1 or 2-0. I don't see us scoring 3.
Yeah, 2-1.
That's mad.
Then, there's a myth about Chiellini and Bonucci being slow. Do you not see them in the final of the Euros, what they did to Sterling, who's apparently rapid, and Sutton's got pace?
No, but they are slow, but they just use their brain.
They are slow, mate.
Exactly.
They just use their brain.
they kind of use their experience like Silva.
They're like Silva. They
Pace
just
and
use their
power
brain.
is overrated. It's very overrated. Pace and power in football is very overrated. It's why Sterling's a scrub, and you saw him last night. Trust me.
No, but Sterling's not a false 9, bro. He's like a winger, bro, like an inside forward.
Bro, he's the most overrated player in the Premier League, in my
opinion. Overrated?
Effective.
He's very
Sterling's good, man. So I rate him, innit?
He's effective.
Who are you talking about?
Sterling.
He's
not a bad player, man. Sterling, man.
Good player, man.
He's not a bad player. I'm not saying he's not a good player. He's just
Bro,
overrated.
we could do with Sterling, bro.
No, we don't need Sterling. We need Chiesa.
Sterling ripped up the Euros, didn't he?
We could do with
and
Sterling,
everyone's
bro.
basing Chiesa's performance from the Euros.
We could do Sterling. What? Sterling, that's guaranteed goal. That's none of our front line do apart from
Sterling is effective, my bro.
Oh, wow.
He's not
Sterling, if you want to do a swap deal, I'll take Sterling tomorrow, bro.
Well, I would not. No way. I'm not having Raheem Rupees. Not happening.
But why though? He scores goals, bro. He's Premier League proven.
Goals, but he misses more.
He misses big chances. You know, last year.
Guys. Chelsea, look here. Chelsea have lost each of their last 4 away games against Italian opposition in the UEFA Champions League with each
when was
coming
that,
against
bro?
a different side. Inter, Napoli, Juventus, and Roma all away. We lost in Italy. That's what I'm trying to say to you guys. We haven't got.
When did we play that, Jim?
Compare those teams to this team now, please.
Yeah, when did we play that?
3 of those teams a decade ago.
Roma 17-18 wasn't great.
Oh, come on, it was.
Yeah, but the other 3 are a decade ago. Hey, I'm with Rams on this, man. We're gonna breeze.
We lost to Inter in 9-10 as well. And actually,
Hey,
that's
I'm with Rams now. Hey, boys, we're breezing this, man. Hey, I saw Allegri lose his shit because of how bad Juventus were. This team is still going through a cycle. They're all over the shop. They don't even know where they're coming. They're going.
Yes.
Don't worry about anything Euros of their players.
Stop playing Chelsea down, bro. You're gonna beat them.
I'm not playing it down. I'm just.
I know what you're doing. I know what you are doing. I know what you're doing.
No, it's not. It's not playing it down. It's actually just bringing facts. You know what I mean? Like this is a fact that
and it's a fact that Juventus.
You know what, Jem?
It's not. We've got to be cautious. We can't just go. Yeah, we're playing fucking Wigan. We're going to go there and win 4-0. Like, it's not that kind of game. It's Juventus. Juventus.
Yeah,
Juventus.
Jim, I'd like to put in a point here, right? I kind of don't understand the point of statistics when you kind of play with a different team like once in 3 or 4 years, completely a different team, a different coach, and a different manager, and everything. The point of statistics doesn't really come into play because you almost have an entirely new squad with an entirely new manager that you're going to play against, and I don't see the point why we'll have to weigh statistics so much if you have an entire different squad. right?
Exactly.
We might have
Yeah,
lost against them 10 years ago, but what does it matter
Yeah.
now? We don't have the same players now.
Exactly. man, bro.
No, but you know what?
We
it is,
don't.
Jem?
We don't have the same players now. I get that, but at the same time, we're as good as we have been. We also still forget that we've still got young players in that squad. You know all right. Lukaku being an experienced striker is fine, but the others behind him ain't. You know, we lack Havertz. ZX in his prime, but he's bad. Mason Mount's out. Reece James. Like, there's a lot of guys that I'm trying to get at that are still very young. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're not. I'm not saying they haven't got experience. They've won Champions Leagues and whatever, but I'm just saying we need to just sometimes be a bit just calm. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's good to be cautious.
Yeah,
but we don't have we don't have anything to worry about.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried, Jim. I'm not.
Well, they got Chiesa. He's definitely a danger man for me. I mean, who else in that team that they've got is a danger man? You know, Moyes Keane, if he starts, is he going to cause some problems?
I'll tell you what my biggest worry is about this game is that
I think that Rabiot is 50-50. And he's a good player, that Rabiot in the midfield.
No.
My biggest worry in this game is that I've seen
Locatelli is quick.
Bonucci, sorry, do a number on Lukaku, right? And so if they do a number, I can accept that. But someone else has to score the goals in this game.
That's my problem.
I hope someone else is capable enough to score.
Yeah, but hear this, after the City performance, we all should be kind of slightly worried, because if they can perform like that against City, we don't know what the fuck they're gonna do tonight. Do you get it? So we can't just go in thinking, it's all right. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because they play like that against City, the same how they played against City against Juventus. It could get long, fam. And you know the atmosphere. They got their fans there, so we got to be a bit careful, man. We can't go into the game thinking it's gonna be calm.
I hear you. I do hear you. Guys, listen, there's over 100 of you here right now. Smash the like button. We're only on 46 likes. We should be on over 50 by now as well. Also, we're 14 away from 2.8k subscribers. We can easily do that on this stream. We just need people to subscribe to the channel and keep smashing the like button as well. But
Jam, I got a question for you, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think you guys can go into the Europa League?
Nah.
No.
Not happening.
I mean, history says it that the last time you won the Champions League, you went straight to the Europa League. So
history says it. We won it twice. History says it. We won it twice when we done that. But forget that. We're not gonna go into.
We got Malmo.
Exactly. So why are you not worried? Why are you scared?
So Ram, to counter that argument.
Listen,
the manager that we had last time when we won the Champions League, we did not have him for the next season, but then we kind of have him now.
It could happen. Thomas Tuchel goes into a really, really bad run and he gets sacked. That can happen.
He's not going to though.
Exactly. So that's how stupid this history point is. It's
not stupid. It's not stupid. It's just facts,
relevant.
Bro.
It's facts.
It's relevant. It's stats. It's like us.
Exactly
bro.
What you're saying.
When you go into a game, you look at stats, bro. You have to look at stats because
but
otherwise it wouldn't make sense for him. It's like,
but you're looking at it from different era point of view.
It don't matter.
Yeah. The Juventus team is not as good as that Roma team. It's not good as that Inter team. It's not good as that Juventus team back then.
It doesn't matter though. But we haven't won in Italy in our last 3 games. Jem's right to bring it up, bro. Not me that we what with.
I know what Jim coming from.
You can bring it up, bro.
Let me tell you one thing.
All I'm doing is giving you a bit of Opta stats. It's important for us to understand
literally Opta's important,
who we're up against them and what history says about Chelsea going to Italy and playing against teams in Italy. It's
facts, man. Facts.
You man are paranoid, bro. You're paranoid.
It's giving people views and understandings of how we performed
That's a paranoid,
over there in
man.
the past.
I really hope Man City beat you on fucking Sunday, man. I really hope.
What's wrong with what I'm saying?
I really hope, because one of you lot has to drop points anyway, so it's gonna be good for us once we beat Southampton.
I hope you lot drop points against whoever.
We won't drop points, fam.
We play in Southampton. Come on.
We won't drop points, bro. You lot are dropping points, bro.
Hey, I'm more worried about Southampton than Juventus.
Ram's saying that I'm being doom and gloom. Let's bring in an actual positive comment. Chelsea have only lost 3 of their last 32 UEFA Champions League group stage matches. 120, drawn 9. Lost none of their last 12 at the group stage. 1-8, drawn 4. Tom Tuchel has a 68% win ratio in the group stage. Played 25, won 17, drawn 5, lost 3. Happy? That make you feel better?
Thank you.
Exactly. Do you want to hear some other stats? Let me tell you an important stat from last season. Last season, before we beat Atletico Madrid to go through in the Champions League, we hadn't beaten a team in a Champions League knockout tie since 2014. So the records are there to be broken. So what? We didn't beat an Italian team for 4 years. Why can't we go Italy this time and slap them?
Yep. Having said that, we've got Jorginho on the squad now, and he's like the best player in Italy at this point in time, and he's also the player of the season, UEFA player of the season last year. And why not? I mean, he's going to be obviously knowing Italy clubs than any other player in our pitch. So, and he's the one who's going to be the focal point in our midfield. So why not take that as a positive? We didn't have that before.
But
we've not played with an Italian midfielder against Italian opponent before.
But here it is. That C performance is still in my head. Until they start performing, I'm not going to be confident until I see something better, because I saw players hiding in it. I've never seen Kovacic hide in my life. I've never seen Kante hide in my life. Players they didn't want the ball, bro. Like they were hiding. So they owe us something tonight, man. They owe us a big performance, man.
Well, hey, Kovacic played for Inter Milan, so he knows Italian football as well.
Well, let's look at the Juventus squad, because obviously it's interesting to know who they have and what they have. And up here you have Dybala, who we know is out, who for me is one of their most pivotal players at the moment.
Why is he out? Is he suspended or something?
He's injured.
No, he had a bad injury last game, mate. Him and Morata.
Both Dybala and Morata are injured.
Yeah, Federico Chiesa, who we know is going to play tonight. How is he going to play is the question mark, because he has to have a very good game if Juventus are going to get something tonight, I think. Locatelli,
he's a good
a
player.
lot of people saying, don't be deceived by his Euros performance. He hasn't been performing as well. The midfield of Juventus hasn't been performing as well, actually. Doing quite shambles. Who is this guy? Caio Georgie. Do you know who he is?
Yeah, the young lad, innit? The Brazilian lad.
Yeah, Brazilian.
Yeah, I think he's out. He's injured.
Yeah, there you go. He's injured.
I think he would have played either way, so yeah.
Moise Kean. Is Moise Kean not someone that could potentially cause an issue?
Dead.
It's one of them ones, Jeremy. He'll probably come in that last 10 minutes. If they lose him, he'll probably come in.
Dead.
Are you telling me, Ram, that they would have more chance of... Wait a sec, Ram. You're telling me if they have more chance with Alvaro Morata on the team than Moise Kean to beat Chelsea?
Absolutely. He played for Everton. He's dead.
No.
You know what? Today seems to be like completely different in terms of the panel, right? We've got Ram and then a lot of panelists supporting Chelsea, and we've got Juventus support in Gem today. I mean, he's like so worried about this game. He's almost become a Juventus supporter today.
I'm not supporting Chelsea. I'm just saying how it is. You lot are gonna slap them.
Yeah, you're confident about our team. Then I don't lot today.
No, he's doing
it. The guy
oh my god, this is such a big loss. Oh my god. Oh, this is what they do, rivals. They pretend like, oh yeah, you should win it easily.
Yeah,
they
trust
do it
me.
all the time.
But you against the team that is ninth. I'm sorry.
Look at him. Because he beat fucking Porto 5-1. His chest is out, innit?
No, it was a formality.
When City beat you, yeah? When City beat you, bro.
It's a formality. There's nothing to do with that.
Moise Kean is a great player, Ram. Shush, and that is from Ultra, who is a PSG fan.
Yeah, because he played for PSG. I'm sorry, he played for Everton as well. He's not good.
Moise Kean is a baller.
Yeah.
Well, Kane's not that good, but he has to play because if Morata's out and
then you got the defense, Chiellini, Dillit, you got Chesney and Bonucci. That is strong enough, isn't it? Defensively, they should be.
Chesney's a scrub.
There, but Weston McKennie, Aaron Ramsey, Kulievski, who's meant to have turned up actually.
He's all right.
He's a baller, Kulievski.
I think that lad used to play for Barcelona, Artur, he's injured, isn't it? He's a good player, him.
Artur Melo's injured. But what about Juan Cuadrado? Is he injured as well? He's
no, he played the last game right back.
So he's around. He
would probably want to make a point to prove, because when we sold him in it, so he'd probably be up for the game.
Yeah, exactly.
You got Adrian Rabiot as well.
I thought he's 50-50.
He's dead. I hate the guy. He's dead.
Werner Daisy ain't dead, man. What are you talking about?
Nah, Rabiot's dead.
Rabiot's not dead, bro. He's not dead, man.
He's a baller, yeah, but he's got an attitude problem.
Yeah, exactly.
Rabiot's a good player, man.
They got
you know what's pretty funny?
They got Daniel.
There was more confidence. There was more confidence in the Man City game than this one.
Don't start for them.
I'm just trying to look at their midfield. Like they got Bentancur as well, Rodrigo Bentancur. Yeah, is he?
Bentancur is a baller.
Is Sandro still there?
Sandro's there. We've got Alex Sandro.
Right,
as
we
well.
was linked with him. Oh, that would have been a perfect.
Yeah, mate, but he's about 33, isn't it?
I remember when we wanted him.
Yeah.
Like, I really thought we was going to
Linked
get
with
him.
him 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was about 6-7 years ago.
Yeah,
He would have been. That would have been solid. That would have been us solid for years, man. Sandro, fucking hell, man.
With Conte, yeah.
So dead is what Couch is saying. He's just saying they know the threat that Chelsea possess, and they are significantly weaker with the injuries of Moran. So do we think that Juventus? How do Juventus set up today, Ram? Then do you think they set up solid and just concede the ball to Chelsea and just try and not allow us to score and then hit us on the counter?
Probably, yeah, because they got Chiesa. They'll probably play like how the Italian national team play, innit? The same sort of style. Just get.
Well, Allegri's been playing 4-4-2.
And who knows Italian national team, Dan?
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if they match up, man. A lot of their players, played under Conte, still know, and it's still popular in Italy. And if they think they can, if it works for them, they'll match up. And a lot of their players can adjust straight away.
Who thinks that we might do a 3-5-2 tonight? Who thinks that might happen? That we might go back to that 3-5.
Can I jump in, Jem?
Yeah,
Jem.
Yes, mate. Go on.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. What was the question again? If we're going to do what? The 3...
Do you think who thinks that Chelsea might play the 3-5-2 tonight?
Okay, so let me, before I even get there, right? Let me start. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna take you guys back to Saturday when we played City, and as a result of that performance, Jem, I really think we lose this game today. I really think.
Wow.
I really think we tank this game today. First things first. On Saturday, I saw a pair of Tims up front for us. I saw a pair of Timberlands, man. I don't like that for a striker.
Lukaku was bored, mate. I've been slotted for that.
I do not appreciate. I mean, it's a one-off game, but when I see a pair of Tims with my main striker, I will not tolerate that. So that's one. Two, our midfield is complete. Our midfield is completely depleted. The only salvageable line in that team right now is our defense. Our midfield, and I say this with all. Listen, trust me.
And the goalkeeper.
Yes, thank you. Obviously starts with the goalkeeper, but our midfield, trust me, I sing their praises every day. I think everyone knows Georgie, Kante, and then we have Dora the Explorer in the midfield, and that's killing us. That's Kovacic with his backpack, man. It's killing us, man. That guy's running around like Dora the Explorer. And when I watch Declan Rice, and people want to give me shit for trying to recommend Declan Rice, it pisses me off.
We don't need Rice, bro. Chill, man. We don't need Rice. We don't need Rice.
Anyways, that's by the way. No, hold on. That's by the way. No, that's by the way. I'm not personally as a fan. I want Declan Rice, but I'm not saying he's going to work.
Why though? Give me a reason.
Oh, come on. Really? You want me to give you a reason? Okay, let's start.
A valid reason, bro.
Are you serious?
Go on.
Okay, first things first. His first touch is money. Let me finish. His first touch, money. He has pace when he chooses to use it. Hold on now. Are you going to let me talk?
Yeah, go on.
Or are you going to answer the question yourself, bro?
No.
Okay, thank you. So when I finish, then you talk, bro. So like I was saying, first of all, he picks and chooses when to apply his pace. When I mean he has pace, for that position, he applies it when needed. I'm not saying he's Usain Bolt. Two, he can also apply himself as a CB. Just like Fernandinho,
versatile, yeah, he's versatile.
Just like Fernandinho and just like Fabinho. Three, he's got height. He's about 6'2". So when it comes to aerial attacks and when it comes to physicality, which is what we need in the EPL, he has that. And if I look at our midfield right now, and then he can assist the ball, guys. He's got an assist from deep. True or false? Can somebody please prove me wrong?
Yeah, but
no, we agree. But I don't want to talk about Rice.
The only question mark.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need to talk about Rice. Exactly.
No, the question mark here with Rice is not with if Rice is a good player
We
or
don't
not.
need
Right?
him.
It's more of if we have to spend an 80 to 100 million on that guy for a
It's
deal.
not even about spending. We don't need him.
So Vijay, what if he's 60? or 50.
He's not gonna bring anything to us that we don't.
Yeah,
have.
right.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I think 50 or 60 million.
50 is
I get him.
It's a good
Yeah,
buy.
I get him for
Hey,
50, 60
Hey,
million.
Blue Eyes has a
only-
point, because the only complaint I ever hear about Rice, right, is nothing to do with how he plays. It's just, because he's 80 mil, right?
What kind of
But
nonsense is that, man?
But Ben Chilwell was quoted before we bought him at
Thank
80
you.
mil, and
Thank
everyone wanted Reguilon.
Yeah, yeah.
And we ended up
Preach.
getting Ben
Preach.
Chilwell for 50, right? And it turns out that he was a better
Preach.
left back.
Thank you,
So
my brother.
everyone's
Preach.
making the same mistake and assumption
bro.
over and over.
We
Preach.
don't need him though. We don't
Okay,
need this guy.
okay,
We don't
yeah,
Oh,
need
yeah,
Rice,
let's
bro.
not
That's
talk
right.
about it. Let's not talk
Yeah,
about
let's not talk about
transfers
Rice.
and
Anyways,
players
let me
in
continue.
September,
Jem, when you talk about 3-5-3, all I'm trying to say is this:
3-5-2.
3-5-2. Thank you very much, bro. What I'm trying to say is this: Tuchel did not need to tinker a formation that worked for the past 2 months, which is 3-4-3. And with City, the way we beat them is we attacked in a committee structure. So we had 3 folks running at them like helter skelter. In this case, on Saturday, we had 1 orange cone in the middle of the highway, which was Lukaku. Thank you. So it made us very.
Yeah, that's why I said, mate.
It made us absolutely predictable. So if you now want to transpose that nightmare into today's game,
second half out.
yeah, thank you. No, Lukaku was that game. He was terrible. I saw
was awful. I agree.
I saw Timberlands, and I hate Timberlands on a striker. When I see Timberlands, I have a problem. Anyways, fast forward to today.
Yeah.
We're talking about what is it called? Winning the Champions League hangover and being hungover from winning the Champions League, and as well, like someone said earlier, we haven't beaten an Italian side in how long now? How long?
12 years?
10 years?
Sorry?
10 or 12
Away
years?
from home.
Okay.
I think since 2010 or something.
Or is it since 2010? Okay, and then we're now. Oh, there you go. There you go. And then you're looking at our midfield that is completely depleted. We don't even have any. I don't know who's left to play today. Who's playing today?
No, but bro, I think
You've still got 4 players.
You see with the performance, it's just the personnel went on it. I don't.
No. City took City took the game away from us, bro. Don't stop saying we didn't play.
To be fair, my man, can I just say something?
Yes,
I
sure,
thought
bro.
Chelsea were very poor as well, you know. Chelsea were very poor.
No. You're poor because your opponent takes the game away from you. It's not because we came in and didn't want to play.
That's the point, Blue Eyes.
If you can see
there's too many
something
variables in
working,
this
bro,
game.
what do? You flex your muscles, bro. You show personality. You get on the ball. You try to do something, bro.
Yeah,
You don't just hide.
That's true. That's true.
Hold on, we're comparing Juventus and Man City at the moment, right? And what Blue Eyes is saying, for what he saw on the weekend, is going to happen in this game tonight, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But what you're saying also, they pressed us like they've never pressed us before, right? Tactically, they're better, and we were at our game, and they beat us tactically. Juventus are not pressing us, and like you said, you saw how bad Chelsea was. You should see how bad Juventus has been too.
Oh no, but it doesn't count. It doesn't count in the Champions League. That's out of the window. No, it's out the window.
I agree.
Especially in the first round. Especially in the first round. Let's look at history. Let's look at stats. Let's look at 2013
I agree,
after we won the Champions League.
Yeah, Blas, I'm explaining what you. But by your logic, right?
Okay,
By your logic, right?
Yeah.
Is you've taken our league performance, right, and you put it into the Champions League. That also applies to us as well. Right?
Exactly.
That's true.
The Champions League is separate.
That's true.
Right?
Okay, good.
So
fair,
that's why
fair.
I don't think Juventus. Man City levels above Juventus at the moment.
Yeah,
right?
but what I'm trying to say,
they can't do what Man City did. So you have to take all those variables as well, and can't just say what happened on the weekend is going to happen to us.
I see. Okay, fair enough. But just so
can I just say, sorry, what's your name, my guy? What's your name?
Look on the screen. You see it. Look on the screen, bro. Look on your screen.
It's very small. I can see it.
Don't worry. You when
Blue
you play
eyes, Blue eyes.
Yeah.
I think what you said, it does make sense. Regards Chelsea, Man City, I thought you were spot on. Regards Lukaku, I thought it was very poor. But I understand that the pro when he said don't take the league form to the Champions League form. I know it's two different things. But what you mentioned about Man City, we were absolutely spot on. I agree with you.
Thank you, bro. You're again.
I disagree with Blue Eyes. I think he's talking crap. No, I'm joking.
I know. Me and we go with. Anyways, at the end of the day, man, listen. 3-5-2 or whatever that stupid formation is. I don't ever want to see that on our team sheet. I don't ever want to see that on our team sheet. 2, we have to stop over relying and strangulating the fact that we got. Listen, Lukaku is like church now. Everyone runs to church on Sunday. That's the way we play.
Yeah, when it's becoming reliable, we're relying on him too much.
Yeah, like it's like running to church. He's like it's like running to church on Sunday.
Yeah.
Like anytime you get the ball, everyone looks north, and that's not how we play. That's not Chelsea. We're supposed to look west and east.
And Werner we trust.
No. Game
on Saturday.
Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
We'll have to trust the system, not a player.
1 second, guys. 1 second.
Go ahead,
Blue
Jeff.
Eyes.
Sorry.
Blue Eyes.
Yes.
What would you do differently today then against Juventus? What would be your lineup from what you can see?
To be honest with you, I will bench Lukaku. Not bench, but I'll tell him to. I won't use the word bench because it's kind of harsh. But I'll tell him to take a break. I'd actually tell him.
We need runners. We need fast players.
Thank you, my brother. I'll tell him to stay home. I'll tell him to stay home and stay.
Who do you want then? Tell me. Front 3.
All right. So front 3, I'm gonna go Havertz.
Yeah.
And you see, my problem is right. If I mention this name now, it's like I'm
It's your lineup.
Yeah. Okay. So
kind of Hudson are they in?
Yes.
So,
if we don't start asking right
Werner,
now,
Let me hear Blue Ice's lineup.
Yeah.
let me finish. Let me just give you my lineup. So I'm gonna say Werner. Hi, man. Werner on the left. This is painful.
Yeah.
Man, we don't have a team, guys. That's why I'm doing this. Werner on the
We're
left.
champions of Europe, bro. What are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I know, but that's past. That's history, man. This is taking me back to 2013. I remember after we won 2012, and we picked up Hazard, we picked up Oscar, we picked up all these guys, and then we choked. But
You're
anyway,
not young though, bro. Hazard was what, 21? He wasn't even the Hazard of.
yeah, how old
he was young, bro.
well, I get it, but anyways, yes, I'll play Werner. Ziyech, man, he's got a lot more to prove to me. In the other position, I'll play Barkley, man.
Where?
Yeah, in Ziyech's position, yes.
Nah. If Ross Barkley plays,
I'm hoping when I say
Nah.
Barkley, this will wake people up of how depleted our side is.
bro.
All right.
Let me finish.
Guys, that's his opinion, isn't it? That's his opinion, isn't it?
Let me finish.
No, he hasn't finished the lineup yet.
Wait, give
Yeah,
me a
exactly.
reason why you want to play Barkley, bro.
Yo, you know what?
Wait, let me finish the lineup first.
Yeah, okay, I'll finish the lineup. Then in the pivot,
Yeah.
your choices are right. Georgie and Dora the Explorer.
Yeah.
And
No, he
then
wants Declan Rice. It's not. You should have done Declan Rice there, bro.
and then on the left wing, you know what? Chilwell has got to work harder to take that jersey away from Zoe. So I'll give it back to Zoe. I'll leave Zoe there for now. Alonso.
Why? Because Alonso had a... Anyway, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
Go on.
Alonso. Put Alonso there. Yo, we're going to need goals. Aspi,
Alonso was
absolutely
shit
right.
against Man City. I think Chilwell deserves a chance now, but anyway, we move.
Yeah, but Chilwell put on weight, man. I was watching him the other day. The guy was running like Flintstones, man. Big feet running, man. Yo, man, that guy is killing me, man. Again, yeah, your back three is spot on, and your goalie obviously spot on. That's my lineup. And somebody was asking why I would choose Ross Barkley. You know what? At least he's got a goal in him. You're guaranteed a goal somehow. You know, this shit can score. This shit can score.
No, Blue Eyes. Let me answer you this on Ross Barkley, because this is the truth about Ross Barkley.
Hit me.
He is a deceiver of a footballer. He deceives you. Because what he does is he has one good little game here and there. We see it in pre-seasons in the past at Chelsea, and it's we need Ross Barkley playing. He comes in. He comes in and he's a fucking ghost, and he's shocking, and he don't even know he's on the pitch. Yeah, he has all the talent in the world to be a good player, but he's not going to be that player. He's
not disciplined, is it?
Ross, Jem, for me, this is a coach saying to his squad, step up. If Ross Barkley has to play, you're right, Jem. I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah,
I'm just saying this is a coach trying to say to the rest, like you're trying to take the game by the scruff of your neck, and you're saying to your squad, yo guys, if I have to pick Ross Barkley, especially, listen, remember we haven't talked about Cho. Cho is another disappointment so far, and this hurts me. Cho is supposed to be playing that position. Let's not even talk about.
But Cho ain't really played in that position more.
Let's not plays in that position. Is he going to take his chance?
I thank you, Jam. Thank you, Jam. That's all I'm saying. And then Ziyech is another problem. And my problem with Ziyech is he has that pass, he has that final pass, but what Ziyech forgot to pick up when he was coming to the English game is you need to run before you make those passes. You don't stand.
Physicality.
Yeah, and you have to run. If you want to make a pass, you're supposed to run with the ball.
Hey,
before
to
you
be
make
fair
a pass.
to him, he's been running though. Like,
Running where? Running to the bench. Yes.
yeah, he's been tracking back, bro. Watch his games. Like, he's been
Guys,
doing
before you
10.
continue, let me just read out this donation. Big up to Rodrigo Rodders with the donations. RL9, which is Romelu Lukaku, making Long Ball FC. We played better last year. Is his faults on Chelsea currently at the moment with better.
That's why I said last show, guys. That's why I said last show.
Donation. But yeah, guys, continue smashing the like button. Over 130 of you here. I want to get to 2.8k subscribers, and we can do that today. We're only 10 away from doing that. So let's try and all subscribe. If you're new to the channel, please do that and like the stream, please. But
Wait,
yeah,
Jem, can I ask Blue Eye something? What makes you think the Basmati rice is going to improve our midfield?
Basmati. Oh, Declan. Oh.
Blue Ice, that's a question to you, mate.
Yeah, that's you, bro. That's your question, bro.
Right, don't diss Basmati rice. That bangs.
All right, jasmine rice then.
Jasmine rice.
I'd just call him the fucking. What's a really shit rice? I don't know. What's a really
jerk rice? Remember the jerk?
The rice is still solid, mate.
Bro, we don't need him, bro.
We don't need him.
Oh yeah. Hello. Can you hear me?
We don't need him, bro.
Okay. So can somebody please tell me the last time we created a goal from deep?
Wait, you're trying to get Declan Rice to be a creator?
No. Listen, you're not even listening to me. You're not even listening to me. When was the last? Do you know what an APTA is? Can somebody tell me what an APTA is?
APTA.
ABTA. APTA.
What's APTA, bro?
APTA.
I don't know.
Okay, assist before the assist. Okay.
Chances.
Assist before the assist.
And what does that mean? We got your point, yeah.
What does that mean? It means, when was the last time we made an assist? Something's loud. When was the last time you saw an assist from deep that created a goal for Chelsea?
Jorginho.
Kovacic.
How many times?
I think it's a Villa game.
Okay. How many do you think in 40 games we played last season? How many do you think?
Is it well last time or how many? Which question exactly asking?
No, is it enough? The number of goals that we create from deep. Do you think it's enough?
No.
Depends on how you play.
How does Basmati rice do anything?
Bro, so you think Rice is gonna come in and?
Can I just say something to Blue Eyes here, right?
Yes, please. Land.
No, I understand where you're coming from, mate.
Yeah.
But I mentioned it before, and I will mention it again.
Yes,
I think Declan Rice is a good player. I agree with you, and I pick him up for 50 to 60 million. I will take him because he can play anywhere. I agree with you.
Yes.
But the issue at the moment is a creator number 10, no 6 or 8, in my opinion. At the moment, we've got enough player, the like of Kante, Kovacic, even what his name, that new lad, he just came in for Fulham. What's his name? Loftus-Cheek, yeah. Just number 10, we're looking, and I keep saying it every show, nearly. That's what we're looking, and I know where you're coming from, but I like Declan Rice. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think at the moment he's priority.
Whether his priority or not, we just need to streamline that midfield. We have too many excess cargo in that midfield that we need to streamline that midfield. And when I mean streamline that midfield, we need to look at Kova. We need to look at the rest. If you tell me to pick the best two in our midfield, it's obvious. It's Jorginho, Kante. Obviously. And why? Jorginho obviously beats the press with a pass. Kante, we know what
Kova's having a good season as well.
Doesn't do it enough.
Yeah, he doesn't do it enough. You're right, but for some reason, the thing about Jorginho is he's unique at what he does, and that's why he got an award. That's why people are still confused why he got that award.
Blue is my question.
Yes,
Blue, my question for
Go
you
ahead, bro.
is:
yes,
you said that Jorginho is the registrar and he's playing, a unique sort of a role. So you are in, you are in the same sync as that of us. When it comes to Jorginho, you agree that he's a good player, right? When it comes to Kovacic, he's been actually having a good season. If you see,
he's having a good season. Yeah,
bro. I'm not going to use 3 games. The first game he's been fantastic.
Go watch
so
him
far.
live.
Hold on.
He's been having a good season.
I watched Kovacic live play. I watched Kovacic live play for Inter. I saw him live in Italy.
No, live. We'll watch him at Chelsea live.
Lewis, let me phrase this question.
I saw him at Inter, man, when he was even better.
Let me phrase this question completely, right?
If you watch him live, I think your opinion will change, bro.
I saw him live. when I watched him.
Forget the Inter days, bro.
I'm not.
And go watch him live, bro.
No.
Your opinion will change.
All I see is Dora the Explorer. Back.
Nah, your opinion will change, bro.
No. It's only got that side to side against. He played side to side against City.
Swiper, no swiping. That's what I
said. That's your opinion. I respect that. But let me
go ahead, bro. You were asking me a question. Go ahead.
You're all talking at the same time. No one can hear you. You know.
Yeah. Let me phrase this question, right? So that's with respect to Kovacic. All that I'm going to say is he's actually having a good season, right? And Jorginho, we all know. We just discussed about him. And the third person on that lineup is Kante. Yes, he's been having some trouble in terms of his fitness. But then the minutes that he's played, except for the last game, he's been good at that, right?
He's been what?
He's been good at that, I said.
No,
right? Except for the last game.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
Let me finish the question. I mean, this is my perspective of our midfield, right?
Okay.
And then we've got RLC. RLC has been performing exemplarily well because, I mean, he's just got a few moments and a few minutes, and whatever he could display in that time, he's
RLC.
done good. All right, that's with RLC.
Yeah.
And the last player is Saul Niguez. Obviously, he's not, he's not shown his best, and we've not given him the time either. Right? We've not given him the time either. Again, that's my opinion. So we've got 5 midfielders, and I don't really see,
that's why I said
phrase, right? To your particular phrase, right? When you say you've got excess cargo in this Chelsea squad.
Yes.
Who do you mean by excess cargo? I mean,
Kovacic. You want me to give you? I'll start listing them for you. You want me to list excess cargo?
That's harsh, bro. That's harsh.
Kovacic is one. RLC, and I don't want to use RLC because he was just.
Kovacic is a baller, man.
Yeah, he's a baller. Come on, not no baller, bro. Policy.
It's unfair, man. We're in September, man. We can't buy anyone, and you got to give.
That's true. That's true.
You got to make the assessment at the end.
In the Man City game has had 2 very good games,
bro.
All I'm saying, hey man, all I'm saying, to be honest with you, is this is coming from a threshold of frustration. This midfield, our midfield, after seeing
I think the City game got to you, bro.
It did. No, you know what? It did, but it told me a story. It's funny you said, bro, you're absolutely right. But that City game told me a story because I was really resting on my laurels.
But that was on the manager, mate. That was on the manager, not on the player.
No. Like I said, I disagree, bro. It's the personnel, bro. The personnel went on him, bro.
The manager set him up.
But that's true. I put it on the manager too. You're absolutely right, Kasim. I put it on the manager too. But all I'm trying to say is, let's not keep proclaiming that Chelsea was poor. Man City took the game away from us. We didn't do anything, man. We couldn't do anything at the end. They took the game, and guess what?
We didn't counter what they were doing. No one was trying to get on the ball, bro. They were hiding. I promise you.
How can you get on,
Jem, bro? Jem was at the game,
bro. How can you do something right when we have 3 people in our midfield playing against 7 people in their midfield? Let me ask you.
I'll tell you why that was wrong.
How do you perform if you have 3 people in your midfield, right? Versus 7.
I'll tell you where it went wrong.
Got killed, man.
I was at the game. I was there.
Yes, bro. Yes, Jem, go ahead.
Watching the actual game there and actually watching it on TV is 2 completely different things. You just see so much more. When I watched how we played in the first half, even though it was meant to have been a 3-5-2, it ended up being a 5-3-2 because the way that Man City pressed so well ended up that our wing backs were pretty much next to our right centre backs and our left centre backs, and they were ineffective. Now, when you think about how Chelsea are successful when they go forward, it's through their wing backs, not through the middle. We know that ourselves. That's where we create mostly. What ended up happening is that we ended up playing the ball just to try and relieve pressure. The only way to get out was to play it into the midfield. But the 3 in midfield, who I agree were all poor, they were all poor in the first half. They were shocking. Yeah. When they picked the ball up in midfield, not one of them looked up or tried to progressively just play along the way over the top. Instead, they went backwards back and they continued putting pressure on the defence and the wing backs who were already too far back by then passing it back to them. And we got done by the Man City press. They pressed well, but we just didn't get up the pitch quick enough. And that was the issue of the game. And the midfield was poor, I agree. They weren't good enough, all three of them. It wasn't just Kovacic. Jorginho was sluggish on the ball. Couldn't even make a pass. Every time he got the ball, he was giving free kicks away. They just wasn't working. It was just one of them games. It just wasn't happening for us. And it was, and for me, I kept saying it. And I said it before on Mo's stream. We should have stuck to a 3-4-3. We've beaten them 3 times with a 3-4-3.
That's what I'm saying. Why are you tinkering? Why are you tinkering with something that already works?
But wait a second, can I just say something? We overcomplicated that situation. Yes, we can point at individuals because to get the system to work, the individuals have to perform. However, you still have to point your fingers at the manager because he's the one that decided to revert to that 3-5-2.
And listen, Jim, he never changed it. He didn't change it second half. He didn't change it
later. When he changed it later, we looked more comfortable, even though we was a little bit more open because we were chasing the game. We looked more balanced. We looked more effective. And that's what we should have done. Because I don't think Man City know how to deal with that 3-4-3 still.
No, they don't. They don't know how to deal with it. You're right. Did you see a pair of Tims? Did you see a pair of Tims that day, Jim? Did you see a pair of Tims?
But I still think their approach would be the same.
Oh, somebody did.
They could have beat us with that system.
Sorry?
Their approach was going to be the same. Man City's approach.
Yeah, it was the same. Oh, there you go.
It was the same. Yeah, that's
it was the same. Well said. That's what I was going to say. I said Pep pulled out a mirror and he put it in front of us, and we just looked at ourselves that day. That's what Pep did.
No, sorry. No, I'm saying that they pressed more than they did the 3 times they versed us. Right?
Of course.
The plan was, look, when you look at we're more pinned back. Maybe we were bad. Maybe we counted them better when the last time we played them. But they pressed hard, and this time they kept Rodri and Silva in between, and Lukaku was isolated by himself, and Werner was who knows where.
I think
Rodri had a good game.
He actually had a good game.
No, guys.
He had a very good game. That Rodri.
Guys, when you guys say pressed hard, right? It sounds as if Man City had to break a leg to beat us, like their biggest game.
No.
I thought it was so easy for Man City, man. It was a walk in the park, man. It was.
I wouldn't really call that a walk in the park.
Let me tell you why it's a walk in the park. You're up 1-0 at the 53rd minute, and you maintain that leadership for the rest of the game. And we were running around like we couldn't even do anything.
You have to chase the game, bro. It's different.
Yeah, then chase it. That's what I'm saying. It was a walk in the park.
What Man City did well is I clocked every time Jorginho plays bad, the other team that nullify him were fucked.
Good point.
That we're always fucked when Jorginho gets nullified because Jorginho, he can't dribble or do any he's good on passing, whatever.
Yeah.
Once you stop Jorginho or put him under mad pressure, he doesn't know what the fuck to do. So then it just fucks up the whole base because he'll get it from deep. They'll press him hard. He'll lose the ball, and then bam, they're onto us. So every team,
but he didn't even lose the ball, and it wasn't just Jorginho. Look, our setup is no one wants to press us.
Ultimately, also on the manager because when he saw Jorginho being pressed too high, he should be changing things, right? That was on the manager, 100%, mate.
Preach.
Yeah, cousin, but we got out tactic because the thing that is our best strength.
I said it before and I say it again. Lukaku was very bored and he still kept him in the football bit. Lukaku didn't offer anything.
Preach, my brother.
You know what?
A goal, cousin. But let me explain. Our setup.
Go ahead,
no one wants to press us, right? Whoever done that paid the price, and that's because of our setup. But they pressed us so much, right? They did the opposite thing that other teams would do, right? They challenged us in our strength of the formation. Tuchel didn't see that coming, right? And that's why we couldn't get out. They committed so many people. They doubled up on our wing backs, and it's like how Jim said, right? It looked like we had, 5 at the back and 3 in the middle, and there was such a massive gap from Werner and Lukaku to the rest of the team, right? And that's what they challenged us on. The last one we played, we had a false 9, so we had so many people come back, and we can progress the ball. They challenge us, right, on the thing that was meant to be our game.
Exactly.
People didn't see that coming.
Exactly.
I saw that, and I thought we'll play out and it's easy, but we couldn't play out. I'm gonna give you the phrase. They parked the bus in our half. Right? That's what they did.
Preach.
That's how much they press. So
Preach, bro.
I put it on. I agree with you guys that Tuchel should have changed it quicker, right? But I'm not going to blame Tuchel to not see it coming, because that was a ballsy move from Pep to do that, right? And they clocked up so many Ks on the running meter too that I think that affected him in his PSG game, because they ran a lot. They could be fucked for Liverpool too, right? But this game was a big game for them, and they came out to deliver something that was hard to do, because if they didn't press and run as much as Pep wanted them to do, we would have won this game, right? They wouldn't look as good. We would have played out easy.
I'm not sure about winning the game. Mate.
We would have played out easy.
No.
I disagree with that point. I don't.
We don't win this game.
Guys,
I can explain.
I know we're talking a lot Man City and Chelsea, but we are playing Juventus tonight, yeah? So let's never forget that.
Yeah, so I kind of want to, probably like a segue into the Juventus game, right? Yeah, agreed that City pressed us so hard and everything. Yeah, we did not play to the best of our abilities and all that. But how many teams do you think in this world can press us that hard, like in Europe?
No.
How many teams do you think can do that?
Liverpool and City and Leeds.
I'm buying.
Are you saying
any team? Listen. Any team can do it now. If they know now, if they figure us out and they know the way to beat Chelsea to press them. Any team, including Aston Villa,
Villa did it.
It's not about just pressing, right? Kasim, the thing is, it's not just about pressing, right? It's about pressing effectively, and that effectiveness is tagged to the manager that they play with, right? Pep is a tactical genius, obviously, and he's coached that team for this game for a long time now, right? He's lost twice against
but listen,
Chelsea.
Villa did it. They pressed us high, and if they got quality in the front, they will score first half.
The thing about it is, it's a template. It's a template to play against us.
Yeah, 1 second. Can we let Bobby talk, because he's here?
Yeah,
as well.
I just joined you. I'm at work and I've listened to a lot of what's been said. Hello, guys. Good evening.
Hey, Bobby, did you catch me? Because I was trying to say all that stuff to impress you again, bro. As soon as I saw your name,
I got you
started letting it rip with my tactical analysis.
I got you. You're the man. No, listen, I've heard so much, and it's really interesting. This time, I'm clocking the things certain people are saying, because I didn't clock the one person, and I'm sure it was on this platform, that banged on and on and on about Ruben Loftus-Cheek can't play in the 6. Well, he certainly showed you that even in defeat. And all this stuff, some of these people, I've got them down now, are talking about the team, about Tuchel, about the tactics, about the players. Talk on. You're all off. You're all off the mark completely. I'm even surprised you're Chelsea fans. What are you saying? What are you saying? If we have players on the bench,
is that a class ref or something?
About game time. If we have the manager do certain things, you complain. If we have injured players, you're complaining. We win, you complain. You're sounding like Spurs fans.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Let's play Juventus, and then we'll rewind all this stuff, and I will start naming the names of who said what, when, where, and why.
You have time, brother. Brother, you have time, man. Good luck with that. You have time. You have time, brother. Man.
He's talking about you, Blue Eyes.
Yeah,
you have time,
said a
man.
lot today.
I didn't know I have people that watch and record. It's amazing. I need my own stream, Jem. I need my own stream, man.
It's YouTube. You can always pick it up. If you say things and you don't know what you're saying, don't say them.
Yeah, look who knows what he's saying. Yo, man, look who knows. Clap for you. I don't know what you're saying. I'll start my stream once, man.
I think. Can I just say something, Bobby? I think it's a good thing. We're demanding perfection because we want the trophies. We're not Arsenal fan, mate. You're just accepting it.
Do you want the trophies though? Do you really want the trophies?
Listen, I'm not here to please anybody out there. I'm here to talk about how I feel about the team that I support. And if it's anybody's problem, you can go in your basement and do push-ups, do press-ups. When you do press-ups,
just in a nice way, mate. In a nice way.
In a nice way. Yeah, you do press-ups in a nice way.
Bobby, what's your actual point?
Okay.
I don't get it, fam. I'll be real, I don't get it. What's your point you're trying to make? Like,
Yeah,
I don't get it.
My point is that there's a lot of stuff being said that is completely out of context.
That blue
and the context in which it's being said, it's just it's just emotions.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's not really looking. It's not really looking at what happened, why it happened, and what the trajectory is. This man made, if you can call it a mistake, one mistake on Sunday.
Yeah,
he overplayed some players that he shouldn't have, that were injured, that were sick, and so on. One mistake. How many mistakes have people like Klopp made? Pep himself.
No, we all know that, bro. We all know
hero
that.
worshipping. It happens.
No, it's just that performance is just very.
Bobby, we're not upset. We're actually going through analysis.
Yeah, can I just say
I'm
something?
not upset. I'm actually accepted that. That's what that's an observation, right? And I'm glad
Thanks, Seppers. You agree with me, my brother. At least somebody agrees with me. Thanks, Seppers.
Hey, yeah. So it's a one, like, to me, it's a once-off tactic, right? Because we didn't play the way we usually play, right? So if it didn't work, that it's not that we're exposed or anything, that we're gonna go back. But my worry is that there's some elements that I've seen from Villa and the thing that we're meant to be.
It was coming.
So the teams were scared to press us, and now they're pressing us a little bit more, right? You watch, Bobby, and watch the next games to come, and maybe Juventus might pick it up too. But watch the next games to come. Teams are going to be more have more confidence to press us. Right? We're going to be better, and that was the strength of our formation. So our team, I hope it is what you said, Bobby, that it's down to the players, and we're not playing right because we have to get better at playing out now and go to another level to counter that everyone's pressing, because they're going to think that this is a way to beat us now rather than going the opposite way, because it hasn't worked for them. And all it takes is one pep to make a template for someone to go, hey, this is how you beat Chelsea, and then everyone's going to try it.
When you're successful, you wear a target on your back.
Of course you do.
What Pep Guardiola did on Sunday was disappointing. Is that the best you've got? They had a fully fit squad. They prepared for that game like it was the World Cup final. They were determined not to lose a fourth time in a row with Chelsea. Chelsea had a lot of injuries. We had key players out, and we played with unfit players. And that's what they gave us? Okay, we'll meet again. I think I think it should be played down because it's not that great.
We're not playing down anything, man. We got beat by a better team, and we should face the consequences of being beat like that. 3
or 4-0.
We're not here to soften. Yeah, we're not here to soften.
Clearly,
we're not here to soften any expectations. We're not here to soften any expectations. Listen, we're not here.
The fact of the matter is that if you are carrying a target on your back, you've got to adapt to the new pressures you're going to get being successful. And that's what's happening. Now, if you are expecting that there's some team going to come along and give us some kind of hiding, okay, we shall see.
I don't expect that. That's exactly what I said in the beginning of when I came on the stream, is that why tinker with 3-4-3 when it has helped us for the past 2 months? Can somebody please answer this question?
Because we can. Because we are missing some players that actually can provide the ball to Lukaku. That's why we changed the formation.
I think Lukaku fucked up the system, you know.
Let me finish.
Go ahead. Let him finish.
Did we miss our attacking inside forwards?
Yes, we did. You're right.
So that's your answer for your formation change and stuff.
No, but Mike, sorry, what's your name, bro? Redneck. Okay, Redneck. So the question I have, you're absolutely right. You're bang on. But my problem is when you play 3-4-3, right?
Yes.
You establish. When you switch it to 3-5, what was the new formation we played against City? I don't even know.
You start to stutter in. When you get in the corner, you start to stutter.
Yeah. Hold on, bro.
Why did you change the formation?
Let me land.
Yeah.
Why you change the formation is you get found out. There was no reason for us to change that formation. Use your personnel and play 3-4-3. Man City, if we attack them with 3 people, they don't know what to do with us. Why didn't we attack with 3? Why are you attacking with 1 person? And when you attack with 1 person like Lukaku, guess what happens? You deal with Timberlands. You deal with Timberlands.
Blue Eyes, have you ever had a bad day in the office?
Let me land him back.
They beat
Let me
beat
land
us,
him back.
guys.
It wasn't a plan. Listen, it wasn't a
was
plan.
bad.
It wasn't a plan to just stay behind the ball and behind the goal with 8 people. It wasn't a plan. The plan was push. What's his name? Kante up in the field and get pressure from the top. That's how we played against Tottenham in second half.
Okay.
Pressure there and keep the pressure over there.
That mind you, we didn't know Kante had COVID.
Let me finish. That means that keep away pressure from the defense, all the way from our goal all the way to the midfield. That's when you keep in the pressure. Let them press you, but in the midfield, not in our own defense. Let them press you in the midfield. That's the point of 3-5-3.
Guess what? I dare you to play 3-5. I dare you to play 3-5-3 today.
You don't need to dare me. I'm not a coach. I'm not in charge. What are you daring me for?
I'm just saying.
I'm just explaining.
Let me tell you right now.
Why did we change the formation? I answered you. You start the starter. Let me finish you. You start the starter when I explained it to you.
What are you talking about? I don't even understand what you're saying, and you're saying starter. Like, I don't understand.
No, you asked me a question about why did we change the formation. I told you.
Are we still on that question? Are we still on that question? I left that question a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
I don't know when you finish.
Okay. Right. Anyway, I'm going to jump in.
Yeah.
I'm going to jump in now.
Please,
let me just say what I feel about this, because I've heard a lot of talking. And look, where I do agree that Clash Rep's here. Let's bring him in quickly. 1 second. So, where I do agree with Blue Ice is the switch of formation, which we didn't have to do. I still don't think we had to have done that. At the same time, for the 3-5-2 to have worked in that game, individuals, personnel had to perform at a certain level, which they didn't, and we got done on the day, and it is what it is. So we have to accept it. Do I think we are being overreactionary in terms of how that loss and looking into things too much, pointing fingers at certain players? Yes. What we need to understand is that since Tuchel's came to Chelsea, we have been very successful. We've haven't lost many games. We've won more than we've lost. We've drawn a couple in between, only a handful. And teams that we were coming up against are all still trying to suss how to beat this Chelsea team. So when you look at the Spurs game in the first half, when they'd done something completely out of the ordinary for themselves, because they didn't do it against Arsenal, they went into the complete opposite, just to try and disrupt the way we play, which they did very well in the first half. That doesn't mean that the personnel and the system shit. That just means that the teams that we're coming up against are trying to find a way to beat this system. And eventually, maybe, hopefully they don't, they will find a way and we will have to adapt. But until we get to that position, we don't need to do anything right now. We stick to what's been working, 3-4-3. I think that's
I rest
the best
my
combination.
case.
If we have to switch to a 3-5-2, we do it when we're winning games and we need to tighten up. I understand it then, right? But at the moment, we don't need to be panicking and thinking it's the end of the world. Teams are going to continuously keep coming up with different ideas to try and beat us. We need to just accept it. It is what it is. We might struggle even in a 3-4-3 against certain teams because they do something out of the ordinary because we're not used to it or we didn't expect them to do it. And that's just football. That is how it works. You know what I mean? And that's down to the manager, like Tuchel, who is a great tactician, to then suss out, right, do I need to start changing and adapting into different systems, formations, and, do things a little bit different? That's when we might then need to do that. But until then, we just need to jam. We lost to Man City. They deserved it. It is what it is. We move. We made a mistake.
I agree.
Jim, if I may add just one more point to this particular debate, right? When we completed our Champions League victory last year, right? When the fixtures was announced the next season, right? We saw the first 6 games. We knew this was going to be difficult. We knew that we were going to be out of personnel because of fitness injuries and issues and all that. And honestly, I did not expect us to come out 13 points from six games. Actually, right? I know the Liverpool one was a bit lucky. 1-1, we should have won that game the way that we went. But otherwise, we managed to get a result from each and every single game. We're trying to overanalyze games where we've actually got 3 points and come out of the game, right? Yes, of course, Man City won this game, but then end of the day, we still have 13 points from the most difficult 6 fixtures that we had when we started the season with. Right, this was not our expectation. We were expected to lose at least a couple of games out of this because of the unavailability of players or anything of that sort. Right, we've come out well actually in this first 6 games, and we're reading too much into the game that we shouldn't. Probably is what I feel.
I think he's being passive. This guy is being passive. Actually, we should be worried because end of the day, Premier League is not just about 5-6 games. It's about like full 38 games. And if you see like we are not working with that formation, then there is a problem. Why can't Tuchel go back 4? I don't get it. It's not like he overdid something against City. He hasn't overthought about it. To be honest, Pep Guardiola in final last year overthought about it, right? And then when he got it right in the second half, we went back to 3-5-2. We subbed Mason Mount and brought Kovacic, right? So in this game, Pep would not overthink about it. So Tuchel was absolutely spot on with the formation. But the problem was, why is Lukaku is only a clinical finisher? Against City last year, if Pep had a proper team, he would probably have beaten us too, right? So Lukaku is only a clinical finisher, and against City in final, we had Mason Mount, we had Werner, we had Havertz, people who could really do something, physically track back. But now we have Lukaku. He needs to get into his head. This guy is not going to be doing much other than clinical finishing, right? And then he needs to just adopt to back 4. I don't see like back 3 or back 5 working with Lukaku.
Hey VJ, look, I got a bad habit of overanalyzing everything. But that's the only way I'm gonna get an understanding. The formation change didn't happen because of Tuchel just wanted the formation change. The formation change happened because Mount is out.
Exactly.
And Mount plays a role in the front 3 where one of them has to come back. And if you look at the players on the bench and you go, who can do that role? I actually think Loftus-Cheek could probably do that role, but think about who else can do it, because we have a whole bunch of wingers up there, right? That he's trying to shoehorn into these roles, but no one can come back and play in the midfield like Mount does. So we basically almost play 3-5-2 anyway when we play 3-4-3, right? Those roles aren't set. They're all moving in different motions. So when we do play, it's 2 up front, and Mount is the guy that drops back, and then he goes up in the attack as well. So Mount has forced the change. That's a difference.
Not really, because he was substituted in Tottenham game, and then Conte came on and he won the game.
He took off.
To be fair, we did not play good since the beginning of the season.
Yeah, we still haven't got it to go in.
We didn't get
that's actually a good thing, though.
I just think we didn't adapt to the Lukaku on the field with our players. Yeah. That's all it is. For me, I think we don't know how to play with Lukaku yet.
It's true, because that what I just said, how Mount comes back, is that it was flexible in more players coming back when we didn't have a striker that just sat up there.
Yes, I agree. And that's why formation wasn't changed on purpose. Formation changed based on personnel. I agree with that.
It's very clear. It's very clear that there is an adaptation going on with Chelsea and an adjustment to the sort of challenges that we're going to face as champions. We've got a target on our back, as I've said. But as was said earlier, considering the strength of the start of the season that we've had, the amount of points we've come back with, just losing one game by 1 goal, I think we need some perspective here. And attacking the manager who came half season and brought us the European Cup and the Super Cup, to me, is outrageous. I just think, what the hell do you want?
I don't understand where you got that from, that we're attacking the manager.
We just said we got to run one game.
Hear what's being said. all the stuff.
I
This
don't know.
Tuchel that, Tuchel this.
If you have
Yes,
first
he
one,
did
I don't
get
think
it
anyone
right.
put Tuchel out, to be fair.
No, I'm not saying you
Nobody's
don't have
saying-
to have said Tuchel out
Yeah.
to
Wait,
attack
Jim,
the
someone said in the
manager.
chat though.
You know,
I
you
think
don't.
they are mucking around.
Someone's
You
planting
don't-
seeds around here.
That's a troll.
I think you have to appreciate the fact that, look, he got it wrong. He had a whole load of injured, unfit players. He played them perhaps when he shouldn't have. Simple. That was one game. I think moving forward, we need to watch what he's going to do going forward, and that includes this Juventus game. And I'm quite sure he will not play unfit players. It's very unlikely. And he has to prepare a team using the depth of his squad to absorb all the different challenges he's going to be getting with people trying to suss out how to beat us going forward.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know, I
My
can't.
only question was actually unfit players. I can understand Kante. He said that Kante and Jorginho was questionable before the game, but he still put them on. But my question is it actual reason for it, or he's just said it to protect the player's dignity? You know how coaches do? Sometimes they're just saying like it's on me just to take the pressure away from the players.
Well, I think it was
with-
pretty
I think
clear
with
that
Ka-
Kovacic was tired. It was very clear. He didn't play like he normally does.
Out of three, I think Kovacic is the
had
only
a
one that's running.
stinker. You know, Alonso had a stinker against Man City. And Lukaku, well, I don't know. Perhaps the tactics was wrong there. I think we should have played Man City with the false nine, which was always successful against them. You keep doing the right things until it goes wrong. That I accept 100%.
No.
But
That's
I
not what I'm
also
asking.
think,
I'm asking about the players that he actually said that
Preach, Bobby. Preach, Bobby.
well, that's what I'm
it's
saying.
what Jorginho and Kante. He said about those two. He didn't say nothing about Kovacic, Alonso. He said about Jorginho and he said about Kante.
Actually, if you listen to his immediate post-match interview, he did mention the others. He said he played with about 4 or 5 players that perhaps shouldn't have been on the pitch. He said that.
Okay,
And
I didn't
agree
hear.
with that.
Only thing I heard is Jorginho and Kante.
Just quickly, guys. Go on, mate. Go on, Redneck. Go on, mate. Finish.
I just heard that he said Jorginho had the knock, and he thought that he still will do it. My problem is with Lukaku arrival, Jorginho is going to be more exposed as a fraudulent midfielder, because in every team that you have a strong forward, you need a midfielder that can cross the ball with pace up and up forward. Like when Jorginho, like if you, for me to better explain it, you need somebody that actually like in Liverpool, the using of Salah. You know, they shoot the ball into the space and Salah runs for it.
Yeah.
Something like that Jorginho can pass it to Lukaku one time. You know what I'm saying? Like what's Fabregas used to do it to Costa. Like he shot it into space. Lukaku's pretty fast, actually. I just don't think Jorginho is that kind of player. Jorginho is a false stance.
He can do it. He can do it, Redneck. He's done it for Higuain.
What he can do, he can send the floppy, loopy ball. You know, like a rainbow ball.
It's not a Fabregas ball. It's not a Fabregas ball, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's not a Fabregas ball. And I think with the play with the strong center forward, we're gonna miss, and you're gonna see more exposed Jorginho. I never I'm okay. Like I'm good what he did last year. I never liked the guy because he's too fragile for me and to be in that position. And he's not as direct as any other like a midfielder.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That's
no, I hear you. I do hear you, Redneck, 100%. I'm just gonna go through some of the chats quickly. JJ Bridge, big up to you, mate. He says we're also short-handed today, but we will win 3-1. Big up to you. There was also a comment here that VDJ waited that says, did you guys hear what Chiellini said about this match? He said this is the easiest match than several played, is what Chiellini's apparently said. Big up to Cam in the chat as well. He says, I'm fully confident that Chelsea will win the game. If it's 1-0, it's still be dominant performance. I've watched this Juve team and Chelsea. Lukaku will be happy to play them right now, is what he feels. We've also got another...
Jem, can I say something about Juve?
Yeah, 1 second,
when
Bob. We've got one more donation from Rodrigo Rogers as well. Big up to him. He says, we ain't won a game at 12:30 since Tuchel. Why?
Yeah, I hate those early games.
Are you serious? Oh, the game is early today?
Man.
Well, didn't we beat
No,
Villa in
Saturday
that early
games.
game?
The
Oh, the
Saturday
Saturday
games.
games. Oh, I
I've
see.
never like if somebody will bring the statistics actually to like when the
Are you
last time
serious?
Chelsea won the early game. I promise you will not find it.
We
Every
beat
time we
Villa.
played.
Villa was an
Are you
early
serious?
game. Villa was
No,
an early game. Check
Villa
it.
wasn't. Was it?
I think Villa
No,
was
Villa
an
was
early
an
game.
early game. Villa
No,
was
Villa wasn't early. Villa was
Was it 5:30?
It was a 5:30 game. Yeah,
5:30.
game, but...
Okay.
Go on, Bobby. What was you going to say about Juventus? And then we're
Yeah.
going to do
Yeah, just a
score
quick,
predictions.
one about Juve, because I watched Juve very, very carefully against Sampdoria on Sunday, and I noticed how they rested Chiellini. They even rested Aaron Ramsey, and they rested I've forgotten who else they rested.
I think Ramsey's the
And
starter, bro.
and the only
I think Ramsey
injury
just
I truly believe is Dybala. I'm not sure about the whole Morata grabbing the back of his thigh business. Could be true, but after Tottenham, I don't believe much about injuries. I will say this: Chiellini is wanting to come up against Lukaku. That's what he likes. He's an old-fashioned centre back. They like the fight, and he's hoping to play deep so he doesn't have to have anyone turn him, because they're not very good with fast-paced strikers. I'm hoping that Tuchel doesn't play Lukaku, or at least doesn't start Lukaku. I think that will surprise them. I think Juve are beatable. They're very beatable. If you press them, they're done. I would also like to see Loftus-Cheek in that game, because I think he'll confuse them. The only player in Juve I have real concerns for is Federico Chiesa, especially in the absence of Mount and Kante.
Baller.
Hey, Prime's got a lot to say. His
Go on,
facial
Prime.
reactions.
Prime,
His facial reaction
Prime,
screaming.
Prime. Yeah, what's your thoughts on this game? And then we're going to do score predictions for this game as well. Tell us, mate.
I don't understand the not playing Lukaku, but I think the only problem will be if we leave him isolated against Chiellini and Bonucci.
I mean, it's just an opinion.
We have to play him because he'll be.
I'm not hanging my hat
He's the
on
only
it.
one I trust in being able to get a goal.
Yeah, I'm not hanging my hat on it, but I just think because they prepared so much for Lukaku, who they knew from Serie A last season, I just think it might choke them if we do something different. I hope George is fit, because we've got to play him in midfield because he knows Italian football. But that whole Lukaku thing, I think we could afford to do a little bit of change there. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's right, but that's just what I feel.
Chiellini is a world-class centre-back. He's generational. There's no way he's going to think, oh, no Lukaku, Havertz, false nine. What a problem. I understand what they're saying, but I don't care. I would rather we play Lukaku. But
yeah, he's talking about base, mate. Base.
I know what you're talking about, but I think part of what you're saying leads to him being isolated. Like against.
That's what happened against City. He's been isolated as well. That's why he's trying to play.
Like against City, for example, him being isolated, and Werner as well being isolated, was poor. Liverpool in the second half, and yes, we were down to 10 men. Lukaku being isolated and not given options allowed him to be pocketed. I think if we play Lukaku, then we can't leave him up on his own isolated, because he's not. He's going to have a tough time being able to handle Chiellini and Bonucci.
Well, apparently Lukaku's only scored one goal against Juventus, against Bonucci and Chiellini, actually. Sorry, so that's what I've read in there. So
that's not embarrassing.
Yeah.
Generational centre backs. That's not embarrassing.
I just wanted to respond to Prime. Prime, just really quick. I don't think we isolated Lukaku. I think Lukaku isolated himself in that game.
Yeah, whatever it is, mate.
The reason I stress it that way is because there's going to be more games in the future where, unfortunately, he's going to find himself in no man's land, and he has to react and reinvent himself at that moment, if you understand what I mean. So all I'm saying is it would be nice if Lukaku has to, like, I'm with Bobby. I don't think we should play Lukaku today. I can't believe I agree with Bobby on something. This is crazy, man. This is the first time, but yeah.
You're talking about City.
Bobby, right?
It's all good, bro. You know.
I know. No. But I just think if Lukaku can, and I know this is all teething pains. He's growing teeth right now with our team. But I just think if Lukaku can at least reinvent himself and learn how to drop, and when I mean drop deep, not too
That's
deep.
what I said against City.
Yeah,
you go to drop like Kane and people say, what?
So yeah, you are talking about the City game. Lukaku was dropping.
No, he was isolated. Prime. He was like an orange cone.
I know he was isolated, and that resulted in him having to drop. Like Werner was also isolated against City as well.
Yeah.
Like that's my point. We can't leave them up on their own
because good strikers are supposed, when you drop, you drag your defender with you. You bring your defender. Yeah, you bring your defender in so that you open the channels, right? And
I understand that, but that only works if people are taking advantage of those channels. If Lukaku's dropping and stuff like that, and
no, but it's not. Let me use another word to explain dropping. It's called ghosting. Yeah. When you ghost, you just appear and reappear. And that's what you need from your striker. And so it's when you hear drop, you think he's going to drop to midfield. No, I'm just saying you got to be all over the place. You can't just be a 9.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. But the point is that also results in your team taking advantage of what you're doing. And like we weren't doing that at all against City. That's my point. Like I can't solely say like Lukaku was terrible because no one was shooting or helping.
It was terrible. No, Lukaku was terrible. Prime. The reason I'm bringing this up, right? I'm so happy that this is happening. This happened at the City game, so we're all having this discussion today. The reason I'm saying this is, if we don't call out Lukaku for such performances, we might suffer down the road, and it's not gonna pay off for him, because you come from a false 9 philosophy to, and like you said, an isolated 9 philosophy. So that transition, there's going to be a drop, and I hope it doesn't translate to losing games. I don't know. I hope not.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but for me, even with Lukaku, there are going to be games where we suffer because,
of course,
for me, because I just can't blame him, because I guess you could say that's probably the first bad game he's had since he's joined us. Since the start of the season, our forwards have been, poor. Like Mount and Havertz have been poor.
The back three up.
Very poor.
There's going to be games where maybe Lukaku might be ineffective or whatever. Fine, it is what it is. But I'll have to look at my forwards and say, is Mount going to turn up today, or is Havertz or Pulisic? Are they all going to turn up today? Because they're inconsistent. I know there's going to be games Lukaku might, have a bad game or ghost or whatever. That's football.
Sorry,
I have to rely on other people to turn up, and that's my problem.
Gents, please, sorry. I really apologize. I love talking to you guys. I love the banter and everything. Jem, you know what I feel about you. You're such a top man. Thanks for having me on your stream.
Always welcome, mate.
I don't live in a basement. I do have a job to do. I'm not,
it was you, Bobby.
I'm such a Chelsea fan. I can't resist this. This is my guilty pleasure. If the people I work with knew what I do, they just wouldn't believe it. But you know what? I wouldn't swap any of this for anything in the world. I love you guys. I'll be in touch, and hopefully we'll win tonight.
Bobby, bro.
Bobby Tuchel out, right? Bobby Tuchel out, right? No.
Hey, Bobby. Before you
don't even go there.
Bobby, before you go, what's the score predictions, mate?
Jem, I don't do scores. I don't. But you know what? I really feel we can win tonight. It's all down to us. I don't fear anybody at the moment. I'm concerned with what we do. That's the key for us this season.
Yeah.
Bless you guys. I gotta go.
Take care of yourself, man. We're gonna finish soon as well. Anyway, we're gonna do score.
Hey, can I ask why do you guys want Lukaku to drop?
He needs it, man. He needs it. I think we're dropping for the next 2 games, man.
No. It's not drop like that. Drop deep in the midfield.
Oh, yes.
I'm not gonna go through that again.
I don't agree with it.
It's common.
What do you think Lukaku can do in the midfield?
No, when he drops, listen, no. It's the two to beat one syndrome. When a striker drops deep, right? You engage But we don't have the midfield to support that. But when a striker drops deep, what you're doing is you're creating chaos for the opposing defender because now they got to follow you, even though they don't have to follow you that deep.
No. Only shit defenders follow you, right?
Sorry?
The only way only shit defenders will follow you.
No, but if you're a good striker, you make your defender. When I mean defender follow you, he's not going to follow you all the way.
Let me explain. The only time a striker would come back, right, if the midfield needs help or he's not getting the ball, he's bored, he might go back, right? And if anything, and if you're pointing out to the City game, it was Werner that had to come back. Lukaku and players like Kane that come back, Kane can string a pass. Kane can make something, right? Yeah. So you have to have that in your game.
Lukaku has it.
Drop back as well.
Lukaku has it.
Hold on. I mean,
you know why?
Shit today, right?
You know
that
why?
One got his tops it off, right? Lukaku can barely string a couple passes together, right? And you think he's gonna start doing through balls and shit?
No, not through balls. Not through. No, listen. No.
Don't have him in midfield. I'd rather have him just at the top.
He can link up play though. He can.
But if your analysis is right, then he should have been taken in by second half. Then.
Yeah. If you're going, if
he cannot drop
to
do what Kane does for last year for Tottenham, you should have taken him off second half.
Yes, Kasim, you take him off. Absolutely. That's the.
So listen, if he's sitting in the front, listen, just hear me out. If he's sitting in the front, isolating, he's not going to see a lot of the ball, and he cannot do the dribble like Kane did last year and get about 100 assists for Tottenham.
Exactly.
He should be taking him off then.
I preach, bro, preach.
But have him
you agree?
Can I have a sentence, if it's possible? Like, can I have my sentence?
Go on then, class ref, and then we're going to do score predictions, and then I've got to shoot.
Yeah, I was protecting Lukaku when he came to the club, and David was against Lukaku. I said to everyone,
who's David?
David is a very popular guy of
so the football terrorist. Yeah, he's one of those ones.
And he was against Lukaku. I was only protecting Lukaku because Lukaku said on interview on Chelsea TV after signing that he will help the system. That's what he said to Tuchel. He will help the system. Now what he is doing is he wants to be a system. And this has actually rubbed me the wrong way. I've seen him against Chelsea, against City. The way he was not running, he was just looking for the finish pass. I was fuming, bro. Why do you want to be why do you want to be system now? When we were about to sign you, you were coming on Instagram, you were coming on Chelsea TV and saying I would help this team. Now you want to be a fucking system. He has done Tuchel one, I think. He has done something wrong with Tuchel now. Now Tuchel is confused. What should he do now? Because he can't sub him. And listen, Mason Mount played 52, 54 games last season, not injured. Werner 56 games, not injured. And Havertz was only COVID positive. And now everybody's getting injured. Even they have to feed Lukaku now. Everybody's getting injured. It's a very difficult thing to feed Lukaku. It takes a lot of strength, and especially when you're playing back three, when you're playing so defensive.
Finding Daniel up in the chat. He's just on. He's like, oh, who's going to score if Lukaku's not playing? Is what he's questioning. Who can score the goals?
That's a good question, though.
How have you been winning games all these while without Lukaku scoring?
Yeah, exactly. It's just Daniel unfortunately has a very fat agenda against Timo Werner.
Can I just say something, guys? I am not against. Listen, don't get me wrong. I am not against Lukaku. Hear me out, guys. I am not against Lukaku. I think he's a top scorer and he's going to score a lot of goals for us. But it's a certain game. If he's not fitting the game itself, like Man City game, it's got to come out or it's got to contribute. That's my point. I'm trying to make it clear.
Yes, man. You couldn't have said that any better.
Hold on. You have to tell Bobby who took notes.
You know what? Who's that at the top central?
Havertz.
Who's that at the top central?
Havertz.
No.
Yeah, but they alternate.
Havertz were on the
screen. On the actual screen, who's at the top central? What's your name? Sorry.
Is it me, Kasim?
Kasim. All right. So would you was Lukaku your preference in striker for us to buy? Or would you rather
I'm not gonna lie to you. It was Haaland.
Okay.
I wanted
so
Haaland.
What you're talking about Lukaku dropping in or whatever, Haaland do that?
Yes.
Haaland drop. He does drop.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
actually.
Is he good at doing that?
Yes,
Yes,
he
of course
is. I mean, he's playing in a different leg,
But I
different
think
league, but then he is good.
Sorry, what's your name, my guy? Sorry, what's your name?
Prime.
Yeah, Brian. Look, my point is, Lukaku's a top scorer. He's a top man, right? We're blessed we got him. But I said to you, in the certain games, big games in particular, we're not going to see a lot of the ball. I explained that last week, right? I was watching Man City game, right? And I used Harry Kane analogy. Last year, Mourinho, he was playing pretty much 8. He dropped, he lifted his head up and passed the ball to Song, and he was scoring. He got loads of assists. What I was using Lukaku is he didn't see a lot of the ball against Man City. Drop, help, but he didn't do that. So in a certain game, if he cannot do that, he's going to be subbed or he's going to be adopted.
Can I answer you, Kasim? Let me answer you.
And that's why for me, I wanted Lukaku's great, and he was my second choice. But my main target was to get a Kane who will facilitate what we were trying to do as part of our attack. But now it's probably a good thing we don't have Kane, because he's not as much as he's going to drop in create.
Yeah, he's still top man, but just his head is not there.
Look, guys, let me say something. Let me say something.
You know what? To pretty much summarize this particular Lukaku debate, right? This is what I'd put it. This is how I'd put it. I don't want us to sacrifice the. I understand. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, we've made it into a Lukaku debate towards the end. So what I'm trying to.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want us to talk about it. We're talking about things that are not something we're
Correct.
talking about.
Correct. I mean, what I'm trying to say here is, I don't want us to sacrifice the system for a single player. That's pretty much it, right? Be it Lukaku or Havertz or Ziyech or anyone. The system comes first.
It wasn't about the system. We had the problem last year, and we bought the player that solved the problem. We did not have a personnel to finish the final ball. That's why we brought Lukaku. We needed the finisher. We didn't buy it because we needed a forward to go deep in the midfield.
Yeah.
We didn't buy that. And first of all, when Kane does it, he's an idiot. You don't drop him as your forward. Yes, it is, because if you have a decent midfield, should provide you the ball. That's what Tottenham didn't do, because we don't have a midfield.
Hold on. Spurs do not have a decent midfield to provide the ball. That's why he does it. He's tasked to drop and do that.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to be there now, bro.
But we have a decent midfield. He doesn't want to do that. He has to do that. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
He does want. Well, he's good at doing that. He's elite.
He has.
Yeah, he's good at doing that. But coming front and finishing,
he has to do it because he has to. I'm not.
Let me ask you guys. Where would you want to see Kane? Where do you want to see?
Exactly. When you wanted to play.
His fans are complaining about that.
You know what? The third goal.
When you're seeing a game,
don't judge Kane now.
Guys, I am going to stop you.
Yeah,
we're going down the road. I don't want to go.
5-0
I want your score
Lukaku hat-trick. 5-0 Lukaku hat-trick. I'm out.
Can I just say this? Spurs fans can complain all they want, but he was top assister last season. No one said a word.
I agree, Brian.
They don't want to see assist on Kane. They want to see goals on Kane.
Who gives a crap, Prime?
And goals as well.
We'll have to rest the Kane debate for another stream.
Can we not do this on another show?
I want Lukaku to score the goals. I don't want it to be top assister. See you, Prime.
I agree with Redneck. I do want Lukaku to be the goal scorer. That's what he's been brought in to do, and that's why we brought him in. We needed someone to put it in the back of the net. We struggled to do so on a consistent basis. When you look at last season, we didn't have any players that scored in any double-digit goals. Any of them, none of them.
Jen, do you not think we need an elite level? Do you not think we need an experienced elite level creator as well?
I think we need some. Yeah, I thought Ziyech could have been that, but he's not doing his job. So that's an issue. But however,
you just made Kasim's day. Prime, you just made Kasim's day.
I should, man, because come on, Jay.
Score predictions. Let's go.
All right. Can I go?
Go then.
You go first,
right.
man. You go first.
Okay. Juve 2-0. We
wow.
lose.
Okay.
We get out of this group, but we lose today. We're going to finish second. Juve is going to beat us today. I'm telling you, we're going through.
Oh man, don't say it, please. Don't say it.
Hold on, hold on.
I really believe Bobby is noting this down.
We're going through the Champions League victory hangover, and you guys know we're champions. We've done this before. Go back to 2013. It's almost reliving itself when we played Juve, and Oscar scored that wonder goal in front of Pirlo. You guys remember that game? We lost 2-1. I remember that game clearly. So we're going through that hangover. And not only that, with all the injuries, and it doesn't look like we have identified a decent 11 for this game, I say 2-0 Juve.
We got a good enough squad to beat them, especially when they've got so many injuries. But I respect that, Blue Ice, as always. Lovely opinions. Great.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for having me. I'm sorry for talking anyhow, but yeah, we'll do it.
Good man, mate. Good man.
Don't be sorry.
All right, cheers.
Good man, mate.
Kazim, what are you saying?
I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea, man.
Fair enough. 2-1
Yeah,
Chelsea it is.
Go 2-1
You going
Chelsea.
with a Werner goal, or what's going on?
Well, I think... do you think he's going to start?
I don't know. I don't think so.
He's probably going to come off the bench at least. So
yeah, later on. He might score later on. Who knows?
Yeah. I'm going to go 2-1. I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea. All right.
Fair
That's
enough.
it. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Brian,
worries,
nice
mate.
to get to know you, mate. Thank you. Are you the guy from the Football Terrace thing?
Yeah, he is, yeah.
Yeah, I recognize you now. Sorry, I didn't recognize you before. It's nice to speak to you guys. Take care, guys. Have a good day.
I don't have the shades. Thanks, bro.
See you later, mate. What are you saying, VJ?
2-0 for me, leaning towards Chelsea, of course, and Ziyech and Werner scoring each one.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. What are you saying?
And I really believe Bobby is making note of the score lines.
Yep.
Yeah.
I hope so.
What are we saying,
Give a prize if we get it right. VJ?
Is he even there?
No, I'm not surprised. I just want the score line to be noted so that I can probably have a good debate with Blue Eyes the next time I see
Yeah,
him.
definitely.
He's not come back for me.
Declared, what are you saying?
Toss out between two scores, but I'm definitely going clean sheet, 2-0. We're getting a penalty and a Barkley goal apparently.
No,
no Barkley goal. A defensive goal. I don't think Lukaku or any attackers scored this game. I think it's a penalty and a defensive goal in a way.
Be looking for you, Blue Eyes. Fair enough, bro. Prime, what are you saying?
I think it'll be tight and cagey. It'll either be 0-0 or we'll nick it 1-0.
I hear you. I actually partly agree with you as well. What are you saying, Ram?
Comfortable Chelsea win 3-0.
Of course he would say that. Of course he would say
what?
that.
Juve are not good. Juve are not good.
There we go.
And we are not. Our forwards are not good. So that's a match made in hell.
You're miles ahead of Juve. So
Juventus don't even have forwards.
I'm going to say a 1-0 Chelsea. I think it'll be a tight affair. I think they'll set up to be hard to break down. Chelsea will have to more of the ball than what they'll do. They'll play counter football against us to try and break with Chiesa and Moise Kean, whoever else plays up front with them. So it'll be an interesting game, guys. Listen, smash the like button. Let's try and get to 100 likes. Subscribe to the channel. We did hit over 2.8k subscribers, so thank you very much for getting us there today. Continue if you're new to subscribe. There's still over 100 of you here now. Subscribe. We will be doing the match reaction and rating show. We'll be back to normal tomorrow after this game as well. But like I kept saying, to subscribe, hit the bell notification, go and join the Discord group as well. We've got a Discord channel that you can jump on and join us and get involved. But we've done 2 hours again. Great stream. Thank you to all these guys, as always, for tuning in and being here and supporting the channel as well. Massively appreciate it. And 1 second. What's he done here? Oh, why has he moved around? How did he do that? I haven't got an outro. The outro's been deleted. I haven't got an outro. So in that case, guys, please take care.
Why don't you sing for us?
Huh?
Yeah, just do one.
Sing.
Do one for us.
I'm trying to see what he's done. We've actually. I can
That's
leave
not a
you
bad
with
shout, you know.
I can leave you with something funny, guys.